The Bills, to the discomfort of some, have made it to 4 straight Super Bowls. However, this time they may not be back. Their reign as AFC champions in serious jeopardy. While this man, Bill Parcells, who was responsible for Buffalo's first Super Bowl defeat, has his upstart Patriots on a 5-game win streak and in control of their playoff destiny. A loss for either the Patriots or the Bills could virtually eliminate them from playoff contention. Hi, everybody. Marv Albert along with Paul McGuire. And, Paul, if the Bills are to hang on, they must receive a strong performance once again from Frank Reich, the man who's playing for the injured Jim Kelly. As a starter, Reich has won 6. He's lost 2, and he is 6-0 in must-win situations.
Well, look at that graphic, Marv. On the right-hand side, when Reich has a week to prepare, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 9 touchdowns, 8 interceptions when he comes off the bench. This guy, we talked to him, he does not have a strong arm. He's not that mobile, but the one thing about Frank Reich, he is very smart. He looks at an awful lot of film.
And for the Patriots, it's a shot to make the playoffs for the first time since 1986, but head coach Bill Parcells is just low-keying it with his players.
Well, he has to low-key it with his players. Think about this. There are only 8 guys on this team have ever been in a playoff game. 4 of them with him with the Giants. So what Parcells says, hey, look, we can't worry about what San Diego's doing. We can't worry about what Kansas City is doing, what anybody else is doing. We got to concentrate on this football game, because if we don't win this game, there are no playoff games.
And the Patriots have won the toss. They will receive. The New England Patriots, who last were beaten on November the 6th, losing to Cleveland 16-13. 5 straight wins and a record of 8-6. Leroy Thompson is back deep, along with Ray Crittenden. And Steve Christie will kick it off. The return by Crittenden, stopped by Pro Bowler Steve Tasker. A 7-yard return. A look at the New England offensive line. Bruce Armstrong making it to the Pro Bowl once again. Cratch, Arthur, Rucci for the injured scheme. Bledsoe, the quarterback. Butts and Gash are the running backs. Brisby, Timpson, and Pro Bowler Ben Coates are the receivers when they go 3 wide. Crittenden comes on. The Patriots start out from their 27-yard line. And Bledsoe throwing on first down, able to complete to the backup tight end, John Burke. And he has a first down. Hit by the left corner, Mickey Washington. John Burke, with only his 3rd catch of the season, a rookie from Virginia Tech. Patriots facing a Buffalo defensive line of Hanson, Wright, and Bruce Smith, who made it to the Pro Bowl, as you might expect. Bennett, Patton, Maddox, and Talley are the linebackers. Washington, Smith, Jones, and Darby in the secondary. And a first down for New England from their 43-yard line. And Bledsoe throwing again to the wide-open Ben Coates. And Coates able to get inside the 35, tackled by the combination of Darby and Jones. And that is a 23-yard hookup.
How can the #1 receiver in the AFC be wide open? Look at this. There is absolutely nobody around Coates. Jones finally comes in. Coates comes off the line of scrimmage, and he is wide open. Look at this, in the middle of the field. They're going to throw to someone. They're going to throw to Coates. Surprise, surprise. First 2 plays, 2 passes.
And that catch number 89 for Ben Coates, who leads the AFC in receptions. First down at the Buffalo 33. Bledsoe to throw it for the 3rd straight time, and has Coates again, pulling his way inside the 20. Another New England first down. Patton, Bennett, and Darby able to wrestle Coates down.
All right, here comes Coates off the line of scrimmage. Now look, you see what happens? Talley does not get a big piece of Coates. He's wide open getting in the middle. Now you got Darby, the safety, coming up. If you don't attack Coates at the line of scrimmage, he's going to have a field day.
Out of tiny Livingstone College, Ben Coates, who the Buffalo Bills say, no question, he is the best tight end in the National Football League. Bledsoe has come out throwing. He's open 3 for 3 for 55 yards. First down at the Buffalo 17. And out of the ground, Marion Butts. Henry Jones and Phil Hansen able to make the stop. Marion Butts has not been able to get going. Last week, on the ground, 20 rushes, only 39 yards against the Indianapolis Colts. You talk to Bill Parcells about it. He says, well, it's a combination of the offensive line just not blocking as well for the run as they do for the pass.
Too many rear ends in the holes.
Yes.
That's what his problem is. The guys are turning, and we'll show it to you sometime during the course of this game.
Second down and 8. Bledsoe got the protection. Good rush by Bruce Smith, and a penalty marker is thrown.
Intentional grounding. The referee, Red Cashin, is standing right behind Drew Bledsoe. And when he sees him throw the ball away, you're allowed to throw the ball if you're in the pocket. You're allowed to throw the ball away to the yard line, to the outside. Where Bledsoe makes the mistake is he throws it down the middle of the field. Wait, take a look at Bledsoe right here. All right, hold on a second. Look down in here.
Intentional grounding.
There.
Number 11 of the offense.
Throws the ball.
10 yards.
Red Cashin,
Loss
hold
of
a second.
down.
Was on the right to his right, saw it. No receiver. Intentional grounding, and let's loss it down.
It sets it back to a 3rd and 18 at the 25-yard line. Now Leroy Thompson has checked into the backfield. I mentioned the problems on the ground for New England. They come in 27th in rushing. And they wanted to have a ground game established for the month of December. Bledsoe completes to Coates, and he is stopped at the 16-yard line by the free safety Matt Darby, along with the inside linebacker Marvcus Patton.
Hey, one thing that the Buffalo Bills, I know they got to be wary of right now is the fact that Bledsoe is on target with everything. The only bad pass is the one he threw away. He did that intentionally. He has hit every target.
A 33-yard field goal attempt for Matt Barr. And it is good. So Matt Barr now 24 for 30 on the season. The Patriots take the early lead.
Hey, my Bud Bowl game card. You know Bud Bowl with Chris Berman?
You could win a cool $1 million. Plus, there's Viper, Sea-Doos, and lots more. During January, follow the score on TV and where you buy Bud and Bud Light. Write it down and bingo. So, who do you think's gonna win? Hey, what are you guys looking at?
Sure, Gold MasterCard has at least a $5,000 credit line, so you can buy all kinds of things, but you can't buy time. Well, I don't know. You could buy plane tickets and fly across 5 time zones, and it'll be even earlier than when you left. You can even go to Switzerland, and that's a great place to buy time. But wherever you go, you won't have to waste your time looking for a great exchange rate, because with MasterCard, a great exchange rate is exactly what you'll get. So I guess Gold MasterCard really can buy you time. Just remember to set your watch back. Watch back. Now, how's that for a useful card? Gold MasterCard. It's more than a gold card. It's smart money.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
Nothing. Excuse me.
Don't you just love the wind through your hair?
What I have left.
Patriots head coach Bill Parcells, this certainly his time of year. His teams have had much success in the month of December, and that includes with the Patriots last season and this season. His record is 20-6 in December since 1986. So we talked with Bill, and I pose the question, does this mean that you should be labeled as Mr. December?
I'm not Mr. December. I don't know who coined that. I don't know what genius coined that phrase. But no, I don't do anything differently. It's just that with the team I have here or the teams I had in New York, I never back off the team from a practice standpoint or a work standpoint. We go forward, we do more. Is this question going on the air?
Why does he always think my questions are insincere? Paul, I just don't understand it. As you see, Yanel Jourdain, the first-year player from Southern Illinois, handling it in the end zone, and they will bring it out. I mean, we worked together for a year, as you know, but he just doesn't seem to trust my line of questioning.
He always checks the door when he comes in when you're in the room. He figures you're going to do a prank on him. You always do it. You work too long together.
But in the New England area, there have been several newspaper articles which have labeled him as Mr. December.
What genius, huh? What genius? What that phrase?
All right, the Buffalo Bills starting out with Frank Reich from the 20-yard line. And they go to the ground. Thurman Thomas finding the hole and ripping off yardage across the 35. He went for 18, finally hauled down by Ricky Reynolds. Not a bad run for a guy who was a question mark because of a hyperextended knee.
Marv, watch when he runs. He sets up all the blocks. When he comes out, watch his foot, watch his feet. Just look at his feet. He sets up the blocks. He's going to turn back inside again. Look at this. When he makes a move, the guys play off of him. That's wonderful.
And that makes 998 yards for the season for Thurman Thomas. Right throwing for the first time, but a short pickup as he connected with Carwell Gardner, met by the inside linebacker Vincent Brown. A look at the Buffalo offensive line, a line that has been shuffling right throughout. They've been hard hit by injury and free agency. Jerry Ostrowski is the one name that might not be familiar. This only his second NFL start, only his third NFL game. Wright the quarterback, Thomas and Gardner the running backs. Beebe, Pro Bowler Reed, and Metzelaars are the receivers. When they go three wide, Brooks checks in. It's a second down at about 5 at the 43. The Patriots 3 and the Bills nothing. Wright swings it out for Thomas. And Thomas again running well. Picked up blockers and moves inside the 35.
You know, the thing about this thing is set up so perfectly, and the guy who sets it up is Thurman Thomas. Watch this guy sitting in the backfield, and watch what Thurman does. Here comes Thomas. He takes the fake, and watch it. Now he slides up in the middle. He holds, he holds, he holds. When he gets out, hold it right here. Look at the guys out front. He's got 3. Here's Thurman, and then he breaks 1 tackle, and he's downfield to the 35. That was set up beautifully.
It's a 22-yard gain and another Buffalo first down. Kenneth Davis. A nice cut and a flag is thrown. Davis getting to the 31. Stopped by the left defensive end, Mike Pitts.
Holding against Buffalo.
A look at the New England front 7. Pitts, Agnew for the injured Tim Goad at nose tackle, and Jones, McGinnis, the rookie, playing very well.
Number 88 on the offense. 10 yards, still first down.
And in the secondary, Reynolds and Hurst at the corners, Barnett and Guyton in the secondary. And when they go to the nickel, Rod Smith will come on. So they set the Bills back 10 yards on the holding call, and it's a 1st and 20 back at the 44-yard line. Davis, again the cut, and again a big hole as he reaches across the 35-yard line. And the combination of Thurman Thomas and Kenneth Davis running well here in the early going. That's an 11-yard pickup by Davis.
And what's happening is the defense of New England, they're overrunning the play. There's nobody there for the cutback. One thing about Thurman Thomas and Kenneth Davis both, they love to cut back into the grain. If you're pursuing and over pursuing, you're beyond the hole.
2nd down and 10 from the 34-yard line. Patriots 3, the Bills nothing. With 8:40 remaining in the first quarter. It's Davis again, and again a hole. He is just shy of a first down. Terrific blocking by the Bills offensive line. Vincent Brown made the stop on Davis. Kenneth Davis in his 9th year out of Texas Christian, a very valuable player for the Bills over the years as the backup coming on for Thurman Thomas.
And he understands and knows the rule. Metzelaars 88 gets a good block. Andre Reed 83 gets an excellent block, and that enables Davis to get downfield. Now they got the Bulls in the backfield. That 21 Nate Turner and 35 Carwell Gardner.
That's the setup for this 3rd down and 2. But Wright looking for cross up the Patriots, and he does by throwing for the touchdown. Nate Turner out of the backfield to score his first touchdown of the season.
I told you one thing about Frank Reich. He is a very patient quarterback. He knows what's going on. It's a play-action pass. He wanted to hit the receiver coming across the middle. But Nate Turner gets out of the backfield, and it's such a soft pass. You can't help but catch it.
26-yard touchdown pass play from Reich to Turner, the second-year man from Nebraska. And Christie with the extra point. The Buffalo Bills off to a rousing start. They take a 7-3 lead. Frank Reich off the bench once again, off to the good start.
Why do more Honda owners come back to Honda? Car after car after car. It could be state-of-the-art engine technology, or extraordinary handling, or maybe it's the feeling that Honda is one car maker that won't let you down.
Happy holidays, Dave. Thank you.
There sure is a lot to do during the holidays. In fact, if you're not careful,
Dave?
you could really work up an appetite.
Boy, I'm hungry.
Luckily, Wendy's has a Big Bacon Classic Combo. A quarter-pound of fresh beef, 3 strips of bacon, cheese, lots of toppings, biggie fries, and a 20-ounce drink. A delicious meal.
Like the tree. Here goes. I love the holidays.
Try Wendy's Big Bacon Classic Combo.
Introducing the Dremel Moto Tool. You cut, we cut. You sharpen, we sharpen. You polish, we polish. You drill, we drill. You clean, we clean. You sand, we sand. You grind, we grind. You hammer. Did I mention we cut? The Dremel Moto Tool, with more than 150 available accessories. Why settle for some 2-bit Christmas gift?
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by American Honda, who's been making quality automobiles in America for the past 12 years. By Wendy's, after 25 years, quality is still our recipe. By Compaq, look for the new Presario computers for that small business you call home. And by Bud Light, if you want great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
As you may have noticed, a balmy 38-degree day. Perhaps not that balmy, though, Paul.
Well, when you get balmy.
Yes. 6 plays, 80 yards in 3 minutes and 52 seconds. And Christie will kick it off after that beautifully executed drive by Frank Reich. This is a weak phase in the Patriots' arsenal. They are last in kickoff returns in the NFL. Leroy Thompson on this return, and he stumbled, went down at the 30.
All right, here's the guy. Hold on a second. This guy, Lonnie Johnson, is going to come out and come down here and watch all the people that cover him. And then Turner goes out on Rod Smith. Hold it right here. See, once Turner here gets by Rod Smith, there's no chance. Look at all of these guys here. They're covering this man coming in the middle. Here it goes. They're all in the middle. Rod Smith one-on-one with Turner, and it's over.
And Jim Kelly saying nice going to Frank Reich. Nate Turner with his first career touchdown. Bledsoe on the fumble of the snap, but able to cover up. Bledsoe got off to a fast start on that opening series. 4 for 5, 65 yards, but got hurt on the intentional grounding, and the Patriots then had to settle for the field goal.
You know, the one thing to talk about, a lot of controversy between Bledsoe and Parcells. Really not so. Bledsoe understands. Parcells, when he yells at him, he's telling him, hey, I don't want to see you make that mistake again. And Bledsoe understands it.
Now, I don't think it's controversy. I think it's the same thing that Phil Simms went through. Those who follow the Giants over the years realize there's a lot of activity on the sideline as Marion Butts is stopped. The New England Patriots can clinch a playoff berth for the first time since 1986 with a win today over Buffalo and a loss by either Kansas City or the Raiders. Houston playing at Kansas City later on, the Raiders at Seattle tonight. A loss for either club would not eliminate them from the playoffs, but it would make it virtually certain. It would be a very difficult situation. 3rd down and 7. A timing pattern did not work. Intended for Ben Coates. Double covered by the combination of the linebacker, Mark Maddox, and a strong safety, Henry Jones.
Well, it didn't work because Bruce Smith was in his face. If he holds it any longer, Bruce Smith is going to get a sack. He'll be coming up the middle. Watch Bruce Smith. Watch the move he makes here. Here he comes. Double team, splits that, and he's in Bledsoe's face.
So the punting unit comes on. Pat O'Neill, the rookie from Syracuse, averaging just under 41. Kicking to the rookie from Notre Dame, Jeffrey Burris. And here comes Burris. Oh, beautiful moves by Burris, bringing out to midfield. Only a 33-yard punt and a good-looking 12-yard return.
Maria's Trattoria.
Hi, turn on the TV. We're on the news.
This week, I visited Maria's Trattoria. Very creative pasta dishes.
With speakerphone, fax, and television, the Compact Presario may be the perfect computer to keep track of what's going on inside and outside your business.
A grilled salmon with pesto that is truly out of this world. $6.99. They could charge twice that, and it would still be a bargain.
I couldn't agree more.
Our 6-inch meatball sub features meatballs and sauce on bread I just baked, all for a low economical price. I won't say how low, but you'll probably find enough in the cushions of your couch.
The 6-inch meatball sub, only $1.69, only at Subway.
Any dentist will recommend you thoroughly remove plaque daily, which is exactly what the Braun Oral-B Plaque Remover with its unique cup-shaped brush head does. The alternative is unthinkable. The Braun Oral-B Plaque Remover.
This is the elegantly appointed front-wheel drive Acura Legend. And to connoisseurs of classic automotive art, this is the dinner bell that says, let the feast begin. The new 1995 Acura Luxury Lease, available exclusively at your Acura dealer.
Journey into the unknown tonight on an all-new Earth 2 Brain Snatchers.
Beginning incisions.
Turning humans into Terrians.
Alien life form now present.
An all-new Earth 2. Then something's coming.
What is it?
Dragon snakes from the deep. Look out! Sequest after Earth 2, NBC tonight.
Welcome back to Buffalo. And in this holiday season, does this man have a nice gift for that man, like a victory here this afternoon?
Or a lump of coal.
Yes. The Buffalo Bills, the situation, if they win, they move into excellent position for a wild card by virtue of what would be a sweep of the home and home against the Patriots. Thurman Thomas again running well. David Bavaro made the stop, and Thurman Thomas goes over the 1,000-yard mark for the 6th straight season. We're joined on the sidelines today by John Dockery. Let's check in with John.
Marv, it's amazing to see Thurman Thomas run as well as he's running, because I talked to him about his hyperextended knee right before the game. I said, how's the knee, Thurman? He said, sore, but you know what? I have no choice. That's how important this game is. And you see he's wearing that brace on the left knee, as he usually does.
Thank you, John, and he's running well. Thurman again finding the room and has a first down. Maurice Hurst running him out of bounds. Thurman Thomas missed practice several days this week, was considered to be a question mark because of the knee problem, but has looked very sharp in the first quarter.
Well, the reason this play works is Slade, the linebacker, Chris Slade, number 53, takes himself inside, and Glenn Parker gets the block on him. He took himself out of the play. There was nobody to the outside. Nice run.
Thurman Thomas, as you can see, has struggled the last few weeks. He has been banged up, only 50 yards last Sunday here in Buffalo in the loss to the Vikings. 3 carries, 35 yards thus far today. Took the pitch to see the flag thrown. And Thomas is taken down inside the 30 by the right defensive end, Mike Jones.
Offside defense.
Red Cashin in his 23rd season as an NFL referee. Second in seniority to Gordon McCarter, who has been a referee for 28 years. Red with that unique style.
Offside, right side of the defensive line, 5 yards, still first down.
That's terrific.
A unique style, Paul, that you have failed to capture.
I know, but I still say it all the time. He thinks I do him better than he does him. So
it is a 1st and 5 at the 27, uncharacteristic of the New England Patriots, who are second in terms of fewest penalties, second to the Bears. They've picked up a couple here in the early going. Thomas cutting beautifully. Thurman Thomas picks up the first down. What moves we are seeing in this first quarter by Thurman.
What I'm saying to you is how he sets things up, Thurman Thomas. When he comes out, Thurman Thomas, he's going to come out in your face. Let it run, let it run. Now stop it right here. Hold it. When he's making this move, look where everyone blocks down here. When they block inside, he just slips back outside. Everything's taken care of. I mean, that's just outstanding running.
And Thurman about to surpass his total for all of last week against Minnesota here in the first quarter. Right throwing for the end zone. And it's broken up at the last instant. But a flag is thrown. Myron Guyton on the coverage of Andre Reed. But there is a flag down.
First of all, Reich was looking to Beebe. And Beebe was covered. So when Andre Reed gets behind Guyton, the throw is there. I think what it is pass interference, but I think it's against Beebe. But it's against the New England Patriots. We understand that. But I mean, it was on when Beebe was coming across the middle.
Contact. Number 37 by the defense. 5 yards. First down.
There it is. But that's when Beebe was coming inside. Maurice Hurst hit him, and that's why Reich couldn't go to him. Reich was going to Beebe all the way. All right, Reich comes back. Now watch out here. You're going to see, here comes Beebe. He'll come in here, and this is where he gets hit. Now Reich, if you look at Reich, he's looking at Beebe all the way. And he can't get it to him. So he double pumps and then throws to Andre Reed.
Harwell Gardner got the call on first down at the 12-yard line.
You know, for an offensive line that's been battered all year long and knocked around by everybody, they are playing very, very well.
That's John Fina at left tackle, Jerry Ostrowski at left guard, Kent Hull at center. You see Buffalo's success inside the 20. John Davis, right guard, he's playing hurt. Glenn Parker at right tackle. He has been shuffled on 4 different occasions. Thomas trying to pick his way and gets to the 6-yard line. Mike Jones, the right defensive end, on the tackle of Thurman Thomas.
Well, here's a situation where Buffalo is so successful because you have Thurman Thomas in the backfield. And when you fake to him, it just opens up all the receivers to the outside because you really have to respect Thurman Thomas. You're in a 3rd and almost 5 situation, 4.5. Play action pass here is really easy. But they're going to go from the shotgun.
We are coming up on 3 minutes left, first quarter. The Bills 7 and the Patriots 3. It is out of the shotgun, right for the end zone. The pass intended for Bill Brooks, who is covered by the right corner, Maurice Hurst.
That time, Frank Reich had all the time in the world, but credit the secondary, the New England Patriots, just excellent coverage all the way around because Reich had no place to throw the ball.
So Steve Christie will come on and attempt a 24-yard field goal. He has had a solid season, 20 for 22. The 2 misses in recent games, 1 on a block. As an angle to the left. Right the holder. And Christie succeeds from 24. It's the Bills 10, the Patriots 3.
Soft leather, fine wood, Acoustic perfection. Front row seats. The experience of beautiful music has always been enhanced by a rich atmosphere. Acura. Some things are worth the price.
When you have a cold, a smart way to get medicine is little by little throughout the day. But this is a little extreme for a cold. That's why there's Contact. Its tiny time pills work fast, then keep releasing medicine for 12 hours, like an IV. Contact. Relief that's fast, relief that lasts.
Still going. Long-lasting Energizer batteries keep going.
Finding work. It's the ultimate test students face. At ITT, we had a vision. Better teaching and facilities would lead to better students, which would lead to better jobs. And that's what led us to invest over $35 million in ITT Technical Institutes. It's nice to know our investment is working. ITT.
Coming up next, the game that could decide the AFC Central when the Browns collide with the Steelers, the Dolphins take on the Colts, or regional action. Next on NBC.
Well, that's coming up next on most of these NBC stations. Cleveland can win the division by taking its last two games, coupled with a Pittsburgh loss to San Diego. And Pittsburgh can clinch the division title with a win or a tie. Both teams have already clinched playoff berths.
One of the reasons the New England Patriots have trouble on a kickoff return, the guys fall down before they get tackled.
That is what occurred on the first return by this man, Leroy Thompson. He lost his balance, and he took a shot. Mark Pike with the tackle. Thompson held to a 15-yard return.
Mark Pike is the other guy on the special teams that even Steve Tasker said should go to the Pro Bowl. And this is one of the reasons why Tasker says it. Watch this shot. Pike, bang, down.
Mark Pike
sets it up. Tasker makes the tackle.
Mark in his ninth year out of Georgia Tech, a very strong special teams player over the years. 2 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in this opening quarter here in Buffalo.
Bledsoe's got to go throwing outside because the corners aren't that strong with the Buffalo Bills.
First down from the 26. And he connects with John Burke. He is the backup tight end. Mickey Washington, the left corner, up to make the stop. Second catch of the day for Burke, only his fourth of the season. Burke, a fourth-round draft pick out of Virginia Tech. So Bledsoe trying to mix it up, not only go to his #1 target, tight end Ben Coates.
But he has not thrown at all to the outside guys. And he's got to get out there.
Second down and 3. And it's Bucks into the line for a short pickup. Not able to pick up the first down. Hansen and Patton combined to make the tackle. Last night, Bill Parcells said he feels that Bruce Armstrong can handle himself at left tackle against fellow Pro Bowler Bruce Smith. He's most concerned about Phil Hansen and Jeff Wright.
Well, he says that's where the problem is. He's got Bruce Armstrong, but, you know, we talked to Bruce Smith, and Bruce Smith says, if I'm one-on-one on Bruce Armstrong all day long, I'm going to win a lot of battles.
Third and about a yard. And Butts is stopped. Smith and Patton combined on the tackle.
Marv is in. Marcus Patton just goes through the hole. This play just takes too long to develop. You go back. You can't take the ball out of Bledsoe's hands. 53, Marcus Patton. 78, Bruce Smith. But Marcus Patton is the guy that really makes the play.
There's Marcus. He was moved inside, emerged as a starter last year in his 5th season out of UCLA. Pat O'Neill will punt from behind his 20. Jeffrey Burris is back.
Oh, he hit it.
Woo! Burris trying to backtrack, and then it carries in.
No, it doesn't either.
No, what a save. A 67-yard punt. Did he save it or did it carry in?
Well, what happens?
Now they bring it out. It carried in. They are spotting it at the 20-yard line.
Mark, what happens when you knock the ball back into the playing field?
Jump to touch the ball.
Now here's the ball coming in. Now watch. Does he step in the end zone? He is in the end zone when he steps. But see, right here, see this foot here is where he steps in the end zone. But what happens, that ball is still live. That's why they didn't blow the whistle. Now the Bills can go up and pick up the ball and run with it. The Patriots go down and down it. That's why they didn't blow a whistle.
That was Vernon Lewis with the hustle play. But they bring it out to the 20 on the touchback. Kenneth Davis now in the backfield for the Bills. And Wright's pass was knocked down. Frank Wright had the pass batted down by Willie McGinnis, the rookie from Southern Cal.
That was penetration by McGinnis. He got up in Wright's face, and this is the best defense you can have. That's obvious for pass defense. Here comes number 55, McGinnis. To watch this, he comes up, and when he gets in Wright's face, now the last second, his arm goes up and knocks the ball away. Nice play. Nice play.
2nd and 10 at the 20 with 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Davis to the outside. And runs it out at the 25. McGinnis will get credit for the tackle. This, Paul, I would say, is the smallest crowd at Rich Stadium, certainly of the season, maybe since 1987. There were still 25,000 tickets available yesterday. In September of '87, that was the night before the NFL strike, only 56,000 turned out. Why is it that when the Bills are still alive for a playoff spot, and if this team gets into the playoffs, certainly anything can happen, why do the people not show? We'll get back to that with this first quarter coming to a conclusion.
Prices are low at Subway, but I'd rather focus on sandwiches. People call them hoagies or heroes or submarines because they're shaped like submarines, but we call them Subway sandwiches. Our 6-inch meatball sub features meatballs and sauce on bread I just baked, all for a low economical price. I won't say how low, but you'll probably find enough in the cushions of your couch.
For nearly 30 years, Subway has made some of the best sandwiches anywhere, like the 6-inch meatball sub, only $1.69 at Subway, the place where fresh is the taste.
Imagine a rent-a-car company that will pick you up right at your door. That's Enterprise. Call us. We'll arrange to come to you, take you back to our office, and you're on your way. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Thanks to an exclusive 8.4-volt power pack, the Black & Decker Ranger gives you all the power you need to finish any little project, like a deck. The Black & Decker Ranger. Finish what you start.
Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. Just help me this once, and I'll never ask for anything again. Ever. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Next time, get a dependable Interstate battery. We check them before you buy them for fresh power. Guaranteed.
Next Saturday, a special Christmas Eve doubleheader of Saturday NFL action. First, Bledsoe and the Patriots take on the Bears. Then Montana and the Chiefs battle the Raiders, or the Steelers face the Chargers, or regional action. Next Saturday on NBC.
Well, Frank Wright subbing for the injured Jim Kelly today. Frank, a man who spent 10 years in the National Football League again this season, seeing only limited activity. He's had great success in the past coming off the bench for Kelly. 6-2 as a starter, 6-0 in must-win situations, and this would be labeled as a must-win for Buffalo. Beautiful out pattern completed for the first down. Don Beebe on the reception. It's good for 11 and a first down. Getting back to the disappointing crowd here in Buffalo, I should point out that Buffalo has led the NFL in total attendance the last 6 straight years, and going into today neck and neck with Kansas City in that department. But why the poor turnout here today with Buffalo still alive?
Because they don't think they're playing very well, and they think even if they get into the playoffs, they're not going to go very far.
Thomas broke a tackle, and he has another. Buffalo first down.
And they're saving their money for Christmas.
I see.
That's another reason. Well, you know, the Buffalo Bills in their first quarter and in their first two drives, their first three drives now, averaging 8.4 yards a carry. And here comes another one by the great Thurman Thomas. The blocking to the inside. McGinnis gets taken inside. And outside goes Thurman Thomas. Just poor tackling, too.
So, Paul, have the 4 defeats in the Super Bowl caught up, in effect, with the fans here, not having any confidence in this year's team because of all the injuries and the losses to free agency?
I think more than that, Marvin, they've won a game, lost a game, won a game, lost a game, and they have not been consistent. And that's what the people are looking at.
Thomas tripped up at midfield. Yes, Buffalo has been up and down. They were 3-1 at one point. Then they were 5-3 and then dropped 2 in a row to go to a record of 5-5. And then it's been win, lose, and they are 7-7.
Yeah, you know, that's what the consensus is around here. You hear it all the time on the radio, and when they're winning, they're fine, they're back. When they're losing, they're that old team. They're not going to go anywhere. Why should we go to the games? And I think that is really the reason.
Second down and 7. Second quarter just underway. The Bills with a 10-3 lead on the Patriots. Again, a beautiful out pattern for Andre Reed. Andre Reed is shoved out of bounds. Shoved out by Ricky Reynolds inside the 5.
Maurice Hurst makes a rookie mistake, and he's not a rookie. Now, I'm going to have you guys stop this thing in just a sec. Hold on right here. Here's Hurst. Watch what he does. He goes for the ball. Look at this. Boom. For the ball. He misses the ball and lets Andre Reed get by, and once that happens, it's goodbye. They get the ball inside the 3. Andre Reed here goes down the sideline. Here he has a table, but watch him shift gears when he gets down here. He's going to try to put a move on. He's really backed into the sideline, but there is no move to make on the outside. Ricky Reynolds is there to knock him out of bounds. Timeout.
Well, that is a 46-yard pass play. Buffalo takes a timeout. When we resume, it will be a 1st and goal at the 3. 2 minutes gone by. Second quarter. We'll be back in Buffalo in a moment.
This holiday season, remember, most ordinary credit cards charge interest from the moment you buy something, if you carry a balance as little as $1. So buy your presents with the new Optima True Grace card from American Express and get an interest-free grace period on each new purchase, even when you carry a balance. It's a jolly good thing. And keep recycling those old credit cards. I'm decorating my tree. Apply today. Call 1-800-4-OPTIMA.
If anyone offers your business big savings over AT&T, call 1-800-COMPARE. The number the other long-distance companies don't want your business to know? Only AT&T guarantees competitive prices. AT&T, for the life of your business.
If you can get this Panasonic Palm Quarter camcorder that helps hold the picture steady when you can't, or take your chances. And remember, Palm Quarter tapes playing your VHS VCR.
Panasonic, just slightly ahead of our time.
As sure as the sun will rise across America, the families that travel will have one common need: to be safe. So it's no surprise that America's favorite full-size car has also been honored for safety. That's according to Prevention Magazine, which gave LeSabre the Safe Car Achievement Award in the full-size category. Buick LeSabre, the American family car.
Well, for Frank Wright, this is first start since January of '93 when he faced Houston and Pittsburgh in the playoffs 2 years ago. Led by Reich, the Bills pulled off what may have been the greatest comeback in NFL history with that win over the Houston Oilers. Frank Wright guiding his team very well in this first half. He now has a 1st and goal down at the 3-yard line, looking to add to that Buffalo lead, and he does. Carwell Gardner. Well, Maurice Hurst, the man who, as you pointed out, went for the ball in trying to cover Andre Reed, leading to that 46-yard pass play to give the Bills the ball down at the 3, and it leads to Gardner taking it in, and the Bills now up 16-3.
See, when you can see that you're beaten, Marv, you play the player then, and don't let him get the big play, which Andre Reed did. You can't go for the football you've got to go for the player. Just eat the yardage he's going to get and get on with it.
4th touchdown of the season for Gardner. And Christie with the extra point. So the Bills lead 17-3.
Auto Show concept cars. Dream machines. Until now, this was the only way to get your hands on one. Introducing the all-new 1995 Riviera. Finally, a concept car you can park in your driveway. Riviera by Buick. Sweet dreams.
Jim was the leader of the pack, and they were looking for adventure.
Jim, breaking in those new bikes, huh? Thought you two could use a cold one.
Thanks.
Ah, ice cold O'Doul's. Non-alcohol and only 70 calories. Perfect for a real road warrior like Jim.
When you want refreshing beer taste in a non-alcohol brew, think O'Doul's. It's what beer drinkers drink when they're not drinking beer.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Buick, makers of the concept car you can drive, the 1995 Riviera. By Subway, the place where fresh is the taste. By AT&T, we help put your world within reach. And by the Citizen Watch Company. Citizen is how the world tells time.
We welcome you back to Rich Stadium in Buffalo. Marv Albert with Paul McGuire. 2 minutes have gone by in the second quarter, and the Bills have jumped in front of the Patriots 17-3. Thompson and Crittenden are back for the kickoff. And the return by Crittenden. He was able to break a tackle and reach out close to the 30-yard line.
Well, when you look at this touchdown, look in here, and you're going to see these guys. They take the fake of Thurman coming this way. When that happens, it opens it up for Carwell Gardner to go inside. It's only a short step to the left, but Agnew, number 92, he just, hold a second right there, guys. Here he is here. When he makes that step at Thurman, he's out of the play. Touchdown. Bad looking, terrible looking offensive line for the Bills, isn't it? That's all you hear about around here. But they're playing very well.
Well, the Patriots have been 3 and punt the last 2 possessions. They start out from their 28. Bledsoe. And he goes for the out pattern to the fullback, Kevin Turner. Run out by Darryl Talley. Drew Bledsoe making it to the Pro Bowl, and only his second season. Bill Parcells was asked about Bledsoe making it to the Pro Bowl, and he first applied the Parcells needle, Paul. He said, well, they must want an exciting game this year with lots of interceptions, tip balls. So Drew's your guy. But on the serious side, he said he's very proud of what Drew Bledsoe has accomplished in such a short time. Bledsoe has a 2nd down and 1 at the 38. A delay for Turner, and he picks up the 1st down and then refuses to go down.
You know what, that last pass he threw to Turner, Bledsoe that is, that threw to Turner, was the first time he threw the ball other than a tight end. He threw 5 straight to tight ends, and then here comes the Turner. He just delay steps, sets up the block inside, and when they make the block on Marcus Patton, Turner picks up about 10.
Kevin Turner in his 3rd NFL season out of Alabama. He has been alternating at the fullback position with Sam Gash. 1st down at the 48. And Bledsoe has Coates, but this time the Bills able to contain Coates. Patton, the initial man to get to Coates. That's the 4th catch of the day for Coates, and he now has 92 for the season.
Bruce Armstrong is on the bottom of your screen, way down in here. Watch him. And he is blocking on Bruce Smith. And then Coates just goes out downfield. He's wide open. And why are they playing a linebacker on him? I don't know. Now here's the blocking. Look at this. Armstrong on Bruce Smith. He does the job.
Second down and 3. Quick release by Bledsoe. Timpson. Michael Timpson. All the way down to the 22-yard line. Jones and Darby combined to make the stop. First catch of the day for Timpson, and it's good for 24 yards.
All right, Timpson, he's going to come across the middle. Now look at this. They release Timpson, but the corner gets picked off by Cornelius Bennett. Watch who comes in behind. Look at number 78, Bruce Smith. You think this game isn't important? When you have defensive end, all-pro Bruce Smith, downfield 20 yards, running down the pass receiver.
It is now first down at the Buffalo 22-yard line. Bledsoe off the roll, just heaves it away. He was in trouble, and he threw it away.
Now, here's the difference between this throw and the throw he made, Drew Bledsoe, in the first quarter. He throws the ball to the line of scrimmage out of bounds, which you're allowed to do, and the official will never say a thing about it. Cornelius Bennett is on his outside, and he forces Bledsoe, has no place to go. Now watch, he turns and throws it out of bounds now. Deliberately out of bounds. That is legal.
It brings up a 2nd and 10 at the Buffalo 22. Patriots trying to get back into it. Trailing the Bills 17-3. 10.5 remaining in the first half. Bledsoe over the middle. And has the tight end John Burke, who was hit by Mark Maddox, short of the first down.
You know, when Parcells was with the Giants, the tight end was Bavaro. He hit him. I mean, he knew that this guy is a game breaker for him. And now he's got 2 tight ends that they're throwing the ball to. The first 5 passes that Bledsoe threw were to tight ends, Burke and Coates. And now look at him now. He just keeps going back and forth to tight ends.
The reception by Burke 2 yards short of a first down. 3rd and 2 at the 14. Bledsoe to put it up. It was deflected and almost intercepted. Bennett got a piece of it, and Darby had a shot at it.
I think that ball hit Darby in the head. At least it looked like it because it went forward. I think Darby might have been looking at the receiver and not looking at the ball. I think you go for it. You're down 17-3. You got 4th and about 3 or 2.
And the Patriots will discuss it. They have called for a timeout.
As sure as the sun will rise across America, the families that travel will have one common need: to be safe. So it's no surprise that America's favorite full-size car has also been honored for safety. That's according to Prevention Magazine, which gave LeSabre the Safe Car Achievement Award in the full-size category. Buick LeSabre, the American family car.
Craig Lampert isn't too worried about how to invest for Zach's college education. That's because he works with a broker from Dean Witter.
We measure success, one investor at a time.
During the holidays, you could really work up an appetite. Luckily, there's Wendy's Big Bacon Classic Combo. Our delicious Big Bacon Classic plus Biggie Fries and a 20-ounce drink. It's some meal.
Here goes. I love the holidays.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Gotta get some rest. Tomorrow I'm pitching the coup computer account.
Me too. We're competitors.
Sorry, pal. I hear we've got the inside track.
Well, get that rest.
I will.
His stuff will do nothing for his cough.
Vicks NyQuil, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever so you can rest medicine.
Next Saturday, a special Christmas Eve doubleheader of Saturday NFL action. First, Bledsoe and the Patriots take on the Bears. Then Montana and the Chiefs battle the Raiders, or the Steelers face the Chargers, or regional action. Next Saturday on NBC.
Well, the Patriots will go for it. It's a 4th down and about 2.5 just inside the 15.
Here's the situation where not only is it 4th down, if you're going to go for it on the long count.
Coates in motion. And the completion for Turner for the 1st down. Run out by Marcus Patton. Bledsoe side-arming it to Kevin Turner.
Boy, there's this confidence in your quarterback and in your offense. Now watch this. Here comes Turner, 50 catches going into this game. But look at this catch to the outside. You got a linebacker covering him. Just no chance. Marcus Patton, Bart Parcells says, hey, go for it. That's it, young man. This is the thing that I want you to do.
Well, in the previous situation with a 3rd and 1, he went to the ground. Went with Butts, who lost a couple of yards off tackle. This time he picks up the 1st down. It's a 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Burke in motion. Play action. Bledsoe throws. Touchdown. A wide open Ben Coates. But a flag has been thrown.
It's against Buffalo.
Offside, left side of the defensive line. That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
Boy, does play action do well. Watch Coates, and this is him here. He'll come across the middle. Look at this. Nobody, but nobody is around him. Bledsoe almost overthrew this ball. Bledsoe had to make a one-handed snag. What a great catch. How can that guy be alone? But that's what play action does.
And the snap was almost botched. A good recovery by Scott Zolak, the holder. Bill Parcells enjoying watching the wide open Ben Coates for that touchdown catch.
Today, 19,000 people will start their day at sunrise. Thousands of fathers will hold their child for the first time. And millions of people will keep track of their time with a Citizen watch. In Paris, it's a Citizen Elegance. In the South Pacific, a Citizen ProMaster. But from Nepal to New York, more people depend on a watch made by Citizen than any other timepiece. Citizen watches how the world tells time.
Ever wish for a gift you could open year after year? Get a Craftsman garage door opener, just $149.99. It features a safety reversing sensor and 2 3-function remote controls. Only at Sears.
Our 6-inch meatball sub features meatballs and sauce on bread I just baked, all for a low economical price. I won't say how low, but you'll probably find enough in the cushions of your couch.
The 6-inch meatball sub, only $1.69, only at Subway.
Hello?
Hi, Jan from the paper calling to confirm your fax.
Go ahead.
The ad reads, for sale, fax machine, answering machine, speakerphone.
Introducing the Compact Presario. With fax machine, message center, speakerphone, and CD-ROM drive built in. It's one business tool that could replace a lot of others.
Going out of business, huh?
Actually, I'm just getting started.
All his father wanted was a road trip with his son.
What are you doing in Las Vegas? Dad wanted to see Cherokee Green. Go figure.
Coaches Craig T. Nelson.
What have you done for excitement?
And the legendary Kirk Douglas.
What are you, demented?
Take Me Home Again.
You just drive the car like a good boy.
The movie premiere, NBC tonight.
A moment ago, Ben Coates with his 7th touchdown reception of the season. Yes, the key play was Bledsoe combining with Turner on 4th down. And the Patriots now trailing the Bills 17-10. Jourdain and Copeland are the deep men. It's put on the ground. Some indecision.
That ball's alive.
Yes, they touched it. And the officials will sort this out. It is a touchback, and they'll bring it out to the 20. Confusion between the return men, Russell Copeland and Yanel Jourdain.
They're saying the ball went into the end zone and then came back out onto the playing field.
Mark Pike motioning for help from the sideline. Looks like a Buffalo player is down. It is Russell Copeland.
We have a touchback. The ball was touched in the field of play, recovered in the end zone. Touchback, Buffalo's ball.
When the ball goes into the end zone now, after this touch right here, there's no attempt to bring the ball out. The ball is touched here by Jourdain. Now it goes into the end zone. Now this ball can be picked up by Buffalo and run out, but what happens is it comes back into the playing field. Now the ball cannot be advanced by the Patriots, and the ball was in the end zone, and that's where he recovered. It's a dead ball. Parcells is not very happy. After Red's announcement. No, I don't think so. Red.
Meanwhile, one of the returnmen, Russell Copeland, shaken up on that big pileup with both teams diving for the loose ball, and he is headed back to the Buffalo sideline.
Well, he got hit because his back was to the field, and he got hit from behind. But Bill's still trying to say, wait a minute, that's our ball. The ball came back into the playing field, Red, but the ball wasn't recovered till it was recovered in the end zone. Come on, Red, give me the touchdown, Red. I want the touchdown. And they're still talking. I believe the rule reads that once it goes back into the end zone, now the ball is dead ball. The only one that could really pick it up would be the Bills and move it out, but they never tried to advance it. Now you're going to see where Copeland gets hit too from behind. Bang, he's kneeling down trying to pick up the ball. Now the ball is knocked into the end zone. There's no control of the ball there, but now they come out with the ball. Actually, number 25, Larry Williams is the guy that comes out with the ball.
Well, they resume with Buffalo at the 20-yard line. 8:53 to go in the second quarter, and the Bills with a 17-10 lead on the Patriots.
Bill Parcells trying to call Jerry Seaman. Look at this. The Bills in their possessions. Touchdown, field goal, touchdown.
That's Jerry Seaman, the NFL supervisor of officials. Thurman Thomas cut off this time, not able to make the turn. Played well by the inside linebacker, number 59, Vincent Brown. Got some help from the strong safety, Harlan Barnett. There's Brown out of Mississippi Valley State.
What happened on that play is they just string it out, and they have the cutback man in there. There's no place for Thurman Thomas to go but to go out of bounds. He can't cut back. They played that play defensively as good as they played any play in this ball game.
2nd and 10 from the 20. Right with the short set, able to hang in there, and it was almost intercepted by Brown.
And Beebe's looking, he wants to say it was held coming across the middle, but that time, Reich, the pressure was on, and Vincent Brown was in a perfect position, playing zone defense in the middle of the field, and this was almost picked off. Now watch the pressure here. Reichers wants to throw it to the outside. His man is covered. Beebe coming across, says he gets hit, but Brown is there and hit him right in the hands, and he drops the ball.
3rd down and 10 at the 20 for the Buffalo Bills, who come in at 7-7, one game behind 8-6 New England. The Bills have dropped 2 of their last 3 games, though. Reich in trouble and threw it away. Penalty flag has been thrown. Pass intended for Andre Reed.
Boy, I tell you, the Patriots just put the heat on. They got him in the shotgun and then blitzed with the flag on the play. As that ball, the ball was thrown away.
Illegal contact. Number 22 on the defense. 5 yards. First down.
I tell you, this is the reason it's a terrible call. It's on Smith because it's away from the play. There's no place to throw. Brooks comes off the field. Here's Smith here. Now, where's the illegal contact? I mean, he said he grabbed him by his leg, but he hardly even touched the guy. Brooks falls down on the cut. This is a terrible call, and it's away from the play. He's not even involved in the play. That's why they have to change this rule.
4th penalty called on the Patriots. Play action for Reich on 1st down, and he's going long, and it's batted away. Double coverage on Andre Reed, and Maurice Hurst was able to get a piece of it.
Now he has time to make the play on the ball. Maurice Hurst on this play here. When you watch him now, he's got Andre Reed all by himself, man to man. Okay, right about now, watch what he does. Now he can see the ball. He steps inside now and knocks the ball away. That's a perfect play. He has an opportunity to get the ball.
Maurice Hurst, who has had a very strong season. The New England secondary starting out the year very shaky fashion, but they have come a long way, particularly in recent weeks. Inside handoff for Davis. And picked up short yardage. Mike Jones, the right defensive end, was there. Picked up about 5. It'll be a 3rd down and 5 inside the 30-yard line for the Bills. Jim Kelly, who will be out the rest of the season with the ligament damage to the left knee. It'll be 6 to 8 weeks before Kelly is able to even start a rehabilitation program. 3rd down and 5.
Audible.
Right goes to the other side and almost picked off, and that would have been 6 for Maurice Hurst.
They were trying to get the ball out to Don Beebe, and you talk about making up for a mistake earlier in this ball game. Maurice Hurst almost has a touchdown. He's out on Don Beebe on the outside. Watch this. Reich is looking all the way. Hold it here. Here's where he reads the quarterback. See, his eyes are looking back in here. As soon as he sees that ball coming, Maurice Hurst makes the break on the ball, and that's touchdown, Marv, if he holds on to it.
So coming up, the first punt of the day, Chris Moore, who's had an outstanding season, had a big game earlier back in week 2 against New England. Moore will punt from his 15. Troy Brown is back. Got the good hang time. There's Brown. Taken down across the 35-yard line. It's a 45-yard punt and an 11-yard return. Coming up next on most of these NBC stations, it'll be game 2 of our NFL doubleheader. Most of you will see arch rivals Cleveland and Pittsburgh in the Blue Collar Bowl. It is a big one, a game which could determine the winner of the AFC Central. Now, these two clubs met back in week 2. Neil O'Donnell throwing a touchdown pass to Yancey Thigpen on the way to a Steeler 17-10 victory. Now look at the lineup as the second part of our doubleheader. First down for Bledsoe. Pass intended for Vincent Brisby, who was covered by Marcus Patton.
I'll tell you, Bruce Armstrong and Bob Cratch are both doing a great job on the outside. Armstrong is on Bruce Smith, and Cratch, well, here's Cratch now on Bruce Smith, and then Armstrong, look at this, they switch off, and then Armstrong picks up Bruce Smith and Darryl Talley. Is that any good?
2nd and 10 at the 36. Bledsoe 11 for 16, 132 yards and 1 touchdown, combining with Coates. Play action, nice fake, and then only a short pickup as Bledsoe completed to Leroy Thompson, covered by Mickey Washington.
He's trying to get the ball, Bledsoe, downfield, and there's just excellent coverage in the secondary, and that's why. But he is not opposed to throwing the ball to the backs. I mean, he's got 2 backs that have caught, after today, over 110 passes.
He now has a 3rd and 5. 6.5 remaining in the first half. Soft pass for Coates, and has a first down. A flag has also been tossed. Henry Jones, the strong safety, who goes 5'11", about 195 pounds, had a very difficult time bringing down the 6'5" Ben Coates. And the call against the Patriots.
And that looks like offensive pass interference against the Patriots. Ben Coates is shaking his head.
pass interference. Number 87 on the offense. 10 yards, still third down.
Ben Coates ends up on Henry. Here's Ben Coates here. Watch this. He goes inside. Well, you know, I mean, that is a terrible call. You're talking about two terrible calls we've seen so far. He goes inside. Jones has his hands. They have their hands on each other. And then the flag comes from way downfield. That is an awful call.
And it sets New England back to a 3rd and 15 back at the 31. Buffalo by a touchdown. They lead by 7. 6 minutes to go. First half. Bledsoe. Incomplete. No one in the area. Again, it was Bruce Smith in the face of Drew Bledsoe, putting the pressure on.
When Bledsoe has time, he can throw the ball. But Bruce Smith, this time, here he comes out on the other side of Armstrong. He's waiting outside. He makes that outside move and then comes back inside underneath. Cratch is there to pick him up. But Bruce Smith gets there and just hits the arm of Drew Bledsoe. There was no follow-through. That's why the ball fell short.
So Pat O'Neill on to punt. Jeffrey Burris is back at his 25-yard line. And Burris decided to let it go with the coverage getting downfield for the Patriots. A 43-yard punt. So Buffalo will go back to the offense. Well, you can ring in the new year with the best bowls right here on NBC, 8 p.m. Eastern, New Year's night. The game that will determine the national championship. Number 1 Nebraska going up against number 3 Miami in the FedEx Orange Bowl. And on Monday, January the 2nd, 1 p.m. Eastern, the Mobile Cotton Bowl. Rob Johnson and USC battling the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. And then 4:30 Eastern, it'll be Colorado against Notre Dame in the Fiesta. All right here on NBC. So the Bills start out with a handoff to Thomas. And again, Thurman Thomas showing the acceleration, ripping off 8 yards, stopped by Maurice Hurst.
This is the best I've seen Thurman Thomas run in a long time. But again, on these plays, he takes himself out of the ball game. When he comes out, he just signals to Kenneth Davis, come on in, I'm out. And it looks like he might have gotten shaken up just a little bit. That leg is very tender.
9 carries, 70 yards for Thomas. It's a 2nd and about 3. Kenneth Davis, who just came on to Thurman Thomas, able to pick up the first down. So just under 5 minutes remaining in this first half. We talked earlier about the way the Patriots have come on defensively. Remember the shootouts earlier in the season, including week 2 in Foxborough when the Patriots were beaten by the Bills 38-35. But the last 5 games, you can see the way they have tightened up the defense.
Oh, they've just been a spectacular team on defense. And this is the one thing that Bill Parcells wanted. Al Groh there as a defensive coordinator. So far in this game, they really had not stopped the Buffalo Bills running. But the last series, they looked good. The Bills are looking at another first down here.
Al Groh, an assistant with the Giants under Bill Parcells. Coached the linebackers on Bill Belichick's Cleveland Browns staff back in 1992 before rejoining Parcells here in New England. And Davis did pick up the first down. So the Buffalo Bills at their 37-yard line. It's the Bills 17 and the Patriots 10. Again, Davis. And this time he had nowhere to go.
See, there's the difference in this play, Marv. There was absolutely no place to go on this play. When Davis tries to get to the outside, he's sealed off. Nowhere at all. Sam is a guy that really does a job because he's the linebacker and he's sitting out in here. And watch what he does. He stays out there. He stays out there. He does not allow the tackle, John Fina, number 70, to do anything. So when Davis cuts back inside, the pursuit is there, and they didn't over-pursue, make the play.
And Davis lost the yard. It's a 2nd and 11 at the 36. A completion to Carwell Gardner, but shy of the first down. Strong safety Harlan Barnett making the stop. If Buffalo can win today, they would move into excellent position for a wild card. There are all kinds of ramifications for both the Patriots and the Bills, depending on what happens elsewhere. But if the Bills win, they're in pretty decent shape because they will have made it a two-game sweep over the New England Patriots. New England, with a win today, could clinch a playoff berth if they win and either Kansas City or the LA Raiders lose. Flag is thrown. Pass for Reed, but the play was blown dead.
Before the snap, false start. Number 70 on the offense. 5 yards, still third down.
This guy we just talked about, John Fina, on a block, but he moved. Now the Bills will go looking at third and about 8.
John Fina, the man who last year took over from Will Wolford, did a nice job at left tackle. Now Jerry Ostrowski is the left guard, making only his second NFL start. Ken Hull has been the fixture at center. John Davis going through a series of injuries at right guard. Glenn Parker, guy's been all over the line at right tackle, and this unit has played well here this afternoon. Right throwing the middle. Andre Reed in the area, but the pass not close.
Wasn't close to either one. Andre Reed and Metzelaars almost ran into each other. I don't know whether they didn't read it or not. The blitz comes. Watch. Hold on just a second, boys. Right here in the middle. Watch what happens. You're going to see two receivers right there. And the ball goes behind both of them.
So Frank Reich won for his last 5 attempts. And the punting unit comes on. Here's Moore, his second of the day. Brown is back.
Look at this thing.
Troy Brown did very well to follow that high punt and make the catch. It's only a 25-yard punt by Moore.
What Moore had to do, he had to pull his leg back. If he doesn't, it's going to get blocked. He had to pull his leg back, and that made the ball go straight up in the air. Otherwise, if he had extended, the ball would have been blocked, and the Patriots might have had a touchdown. Watch Moore, when this ball comes back, watch him pull his leg up. He sees the guys there, and he goes straight up in the air with it. The ball would have been blocked by Corey Kroom, number 26.
So Moore made the good adjustment to get it away.
Punters are very smart.
Yes, most. First down at the 36-yard line, and Bledsoe able to connect again with John Burke, who has been the surprising ingredient in today's game. Right here, we're set for an update. Let's check in with Greg Gumbel. Greg?
All right, Marv, at the Meadowlands, the Chargers need a win to clinch the AFC West. Stan Humphries, 2-yard touchdown to Marseille. The extra point puts the Chargers up 7-6 in a game Boomer Esiason has been knocked out of with a concussion. His return in the second half is questionable, Marv.
Thank you, Greg. On 2nd and 1, Bledsoe completes for the first down, completing with Michael Timpson. That's a 15-yard hookup. We are coming up on 2 minutes to go in this first half.
You notice every time that Bledsoe, and there's only been about a few times that when he goes to the wide receivers, they're also wide open. Now the Buffalo Bills are concentrating on Coates and the other tight end, Burke.
And now 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Bills lead by 7.
From KFC is back.
That's like Mega Meal.
Enough food to feed your whole family. Or one Tasmanian devil. All for just $14.99. And this week, get a Bugs mug for just $1.99 with every Mega Meal at KFC.
How much longer can he last on that battery?
Hey, Larry, sometime today?
Larry Doty for the birdie.
Hooked it. Okay, I'll get him down.
The Copper Top. Tops them all.
Every time we say goodbye.
Goodbyes are never easy, but
but none are as painful as saying goodbye forever. So please, give blood once more this year. You could help save someone you never want to part with.
I wonder why a little.
Next Saturday, a special Christmas Eve doubleheader of Saturday NFL action. First, Drew Bledsoe and the Patriots take on the Bears. Then later on Saturday, in what could be Joe Montana's last game, the Chiefs battle the Raiders for one of the final playoff spots, or the Steelers collide with the Chargers, or regional action. Next Saturday on NBC.
Coming up on the Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report, Greg Gumbel, Mike Ditka, Joe Gibbs will have all the scores and highlights and update you on the complete playoff picture. We'll also preview that big doubleheader game coming up between Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Beautiful catch made by Michael Timpson. And Drew Bledsoe is heating up once again. That's good for 33 yards and a first and goal for the Patriots down at the 7. Darby and Washington making the tackle on Timpson.
Darby and Washington have no chance. Watch where this ball is thrown. There's Washington chasing. Darby's going to come in 43. Look where the ball is put. On the outside shoulder, just no chance for Darby to get there. And Washington has no chance at all. And Timpson makes the catch. What a beautiful throw.
Bledsoe 15 of 21, 192 yards. First and goal at the 7, and he wants to talk it over. Timeout taken by the Patriots with 1:16 remaining in this first half.
It's here. It's invading your living room. The RCA Home Theater. Big, bright, with powerful sound. For an experience so extraordinary, you won't believe your senses. It's where the future of television is taking you.
On that last pass play, where Bruce Smith was upfield, he looks like he gets the jump here on Armstrong, which he does. He gets to the inside all the way down over the center, and he is in Bledsoe's face and also hits his arm. So he really didn't have a chance to get the great follow through, and the ball was perfect.
1:16 left in this first half. The Bills 17 and the Patriots 10, and New England has a first and goal at the 7. Bledsoe for the end zone. Brisby with the catch for the touchdown. Vincent Brisby beating the right corner, Thomas Smith, and the Patriots are within 1 after trailing 17-3.
You just can't imagine what a great throw this was by Drew Bledsoe to Brisby. I mean, this thing was absolutely perfect. There was no chance for the defensive back to make the play. Down and away. Beautiful throw.
First catch of the day for Brisby has come on so strong these last few weeks. And the game is tied. Matt Barr putting it through. The Patriots and the Bills tied at 17.
Watch here on the outside. Thomas Smith. Look where the ball is. Hold it. Down and low. There's just no chance for Smith to make the play. The ball is thrown down inside. Look at this. I mean, that's not bad coverage by Thomas Smith, but he really has no chance. Now here's Smith again, lines up on Armstrong, and now he moves into the center. He's going up over the center on this play, who is Mike Arthur. But that throw, I mean, that you talk about a flick of the wrist. Bam, look at Smith saying, how did he do that? How'd you do that?
What a drive engineered by Drew Bledsoe. 4 for 4 on passes of 8 yards, 15, 33, and then the touchdown to Brisby for 7. 4 plays, 64 yards in 1:43, and the game is tied at 17.
Think he's excited?
Well, yeah, Drew does not show it. Very low key.
He's sitting over there. Did anybody see that? Yeah, that was cool.
Drew Bledsoe bouncing back from last week's performance. He said after the game the team overcame the quarterback to win it, to beat the Indianapolis Colts last week, allowing the Patriots to gain control of their own playoff destiny. So the Patriots and Bills at 17 apiece. Jourdain and Copeland are back, this time handled by Jourdain. Oh, he took a shot out at the 22-yard line. So down to 1:06 remaining in this first half as we check the NBC ticker. Chicago at the half leading the LA Rams. Patriots will play the Bears in Chicago next Saturday. Green Bay in front of Atlanta 14-9 late in the second quarter.
Now the Bills have plenty of time. 1:06. They have 2 timeouts. Interesting to see what they do. They just regroup, they go in the locker room and regroup, or they try to go for it. I think they're going to maybe try to go for something and get in field goal range with Christian.
Well, first down from the 25. And Wright throwing deep. It could be miscommunication or a penalty marker. Yes, a flag thrown. Beebe, the intended receiver, covered by Hurst.
Well, I think this may be on Beebe. Because, you know, when we talked about at the beginning of the show that Frank Reich does not have the strong arm, well, this play here shows it. Frank Reich, this ball is underthrown. Beebe was covered by Hurst on the outside. This will be against Beebe, number 82. He knew it. Beebe on the outside. Now take a look at this. Watch where the ball is thrown. He's going to push Maurice Hurst off, trying to get back to the ball. Here's where he pushed it. But see how far the ball is behind? I mean, Wright just can't get it there. He can't get it that far. He's pushing way. He's got Maurice Hurst, and that's a good call there. Hey, finally they made a good call. 1 out of 3 ain't bad.
Oh, you've been tough today.
No, but I don't like, you know, bad calls. And those 2 that they made earlier were bad.
10 yards, still first down.
Now is the time where I think the Buffalo Bills sit on this tie right now and then get out of here and regroup, because they will get the ball at the beginning of the second half.
Reich has a 1st and 20 at the 15. Reich 6 for 12, 119 yards, 1 touchdown. Kenneth Davis. Davis stopped by Ray. Right here, let's check in with John Dockery down on the field. John?
You know, Marv, Thurman Thomas was hurt a little while ago. He's actually, his leg's fine. The doctors checked him. There's nothing to do with his hyperextended knee. They just wanted to make sure that his eyes and head were clear. So Thurman Thomas appears to be fine. He's on the sidelines. Back to you.
All right, John. Thurman Thomas also had an outstanding first half, but Davis in there right now, not able to get going. Tried the stutter step. You hear the reaction from the crowd as Davis was stopped in his tracks by McGinnis. And the Patriots call for a timeout with 23 seconds to go in the half.
Well, the Patriots are saying they're going to run another play. The Buffalo Bills will run the clock out because that's all the timeouts the Patriots have. But anything can happen on a play. If the Bills here is where you take a direct snap, Reich takes a knee, and then it's over with the half. Bill, look at he's trying to get another timeout. He's trying to get a call overturned. Now he's trying to get an extra timeout. He spent too much time with you, I think.
They are out of timeouts, while Buffalo does have 2 remaining. So 23 seconds remaining in this first half. Patriots and Bills tied at 17. At one point, Buffalo led 17-3. Matt Barr opened the scoring with a 33-yard field goal for New England. Wright connecting with Turner to give Buffalo a 7-3 lead. Steve Christie hit from 24 yards out to extend to 10-3. Early second quarter, Carwell Gardner completed a drive by running it in from 3 yards away. That's set up by that 46-yard reception by Reed. And the Bills had the 17-3 lead, but the Patriots coming back. Bledsoe to Coates on a 4-yard touchdown pass, and Bledsoe to Brisby on a 7-yard pass to tie the game. Again, the inside handoff, and Davis broke a tackle, able to work his way across the 25 with time running down.
You were talking about Bledsoe, Marv, 16 of 22 for 200 yards in 2 touchdowns here in the first half alone.
And that is the end of the first half. The Patriots and the Bills are tied at 17. Right now, let's head to New York. We'll check in with Greg Gumbel.
This
is the Domino's Pizza NFL Live Halftime Report, brought to you by Domino's Pizza. When it's gotta be good and it's gotta be now, it's gotta be Domino's.
All right, Marv, thank you. Welcome back to our studio. Along with Mike Ditka and Joe Gibbs, I'm Greg Gumbel. At halftime, this game is tied at 17. The New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. Pats coming in at 8-6, and the Bills at 7-7. And take a look at the numbers on the quarterbacks in this game. Drew Bledsoe, 4 interceptions last week. Hasn't thrown an interception yet, but he does have 2 touchdown passes, 16 of 22 for 199. Frank Reich, not bad in his backup role either. 6 of 12 for 118 yards and 1 touchdown. And you'd have to admire the way the Patriots came back in this game.
Yeah, I think teams develop a personality. This team, from the very beginning, the Pats, they got down early against Miami the very first game of the year. They don't panic. They believe in their quarterback. He's got big numbers, and he brings them right back. I think that's their personality. They're not afraid when they get behind.
Mike, you really figured that the Bills would come out fired up, too, behind Frank Reich.
Well, they did. And Reich is doing his job. He's doing what we talked about. He's not making mistakes. He's doing a good job. Thurman Thomas having a big day. But the one thing about the Patriots, this could be their coming of age. And I really believe this, Greg, that they show a lot of poise, a lot of character. I think that's a reflection on Bill and his staff. They've done a good job of saying, hey, don't panic. We got enough tools, we got enough weapons to catch up in this football game, and they're doing it.
Okay, Thurman Thomas is the guy that the New England Patriots feared coming into this game. Take a look at how he has done so far today. On their opening drive, Thomas moving well on a hyperextended knee. He gains 18 yards here to the Buffalo 38-yard line. It was 3-0 Pats at this point. 2 plays later, Reich with the screen to Thurman and a 22-yard pickup to the Patriots' 35-yard line. He picked up half of the Bills' 80 yards on their opening scoring drive. And on the Bills' next possession with Buffalo leading 7-3, look at Thomas again, sliding to the outside, 10 yards to the Patriots' 17. That helped set up a Steve Christie field goal. When you're looking for the veterans to lead you, Thurman Thomas is one of those guys.
And you know, Parcells, all he talked about getting ready for this game this week, let's stop Thurman Thomas. We got it. Reich's going to be playing quarterback. Hey, let's go after Thurman. And what's he do? He's averaging almost 8 or 9 yards per carry.
Yeah, 9 carries for 70 yards. That's a guy carrying your team.
Well, but it's not himself either. You can see he's dragging that leg a little bit out there. This guy's playing under duress, and he's doing a heck of a job.
All right, guys, it's a 17-17 tie at halftime at the Meadowlands. The New York Jets hosting the San Diego Chargers. The Chargers lead this one 7-6 at the break. Bobby Ross's Chargers needing a win to clinch the AFC West. Chargers on the drive in the first quarter, but Natron Means loses the football. Jeff Lageman recovers. It led to a Nick Lowry field goal to a 3-0 Jets lead. In the second, San Diego. Key third down. Paul Fraze sacks Humphreys for a loss of 13. Boomer Esiason on the scramble here into the end zone to James Thornton, but the pass ruled incomplete after the release. Boomer takes this shot to the head by Junior Seau, and a groggy Esiason was helped off the field, forced out of the game with a mild concussion. His situation for the second half is questionable. Stan Humphreys to Mark Say for a 3-yard touchdown. Humphreys' 14th touchdown pass of the season. 7-6 Chargers at halftime. As we said, the Chargers need a touchdown or need a victory in order to clinch the AFC West. They're up by 1 at halftime. Soldier Field in Chicago, the Bears hosting the Los Angeles Rams in the third quarter. Now the Bears lead at 17-10. In Milwaukee, the Packers hosting Atlanta and leading the Falcons 14-9. Atlanta quarterback Jeff George out of this game with a broken pinky finger on his left hand. And in Washington, the Redskins trying to snap a 6-game losing streak. Redskins are leading Tampa Bay at halftime by a score of 14-10. A timeout here, and then Ahmad Rashad joins us, and you'll hear from Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Bill Cowher. All of that as we continue in just a moment.
Fresh Prince, it's a special holiday christening, and Will brings the most precious gift of all. Boys to Men on a Fresh Prince Christmas, NBC Monday. Tuesday, it's an all-new Something Wilder.
You're holding a tool.
Gene becomes Mr. Fix-It and fires the contractor.
He thinks it's funny.
But when things go wrong,
It's a biggie!
how far will Gene go to hire him back?
Who's gonna sing your part? Gene will. All right!
A soulful all-new Something Wilder, NBC, Tuesday.
From the city by the bay to the city of light, every day we connect over 200 places with over 5,000 flights. And though we continue to grow with new aircraft and new destinations, though we fly over 160,000 people a day, we remain committed to serving each and every person one at a time.
cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft, the cold one. For those who've discovered its smooth draft taste, the world is a very cool place. So get out of the old and get into the cold.
Beasley Reese, honorary chairperson for the Special Olympic World Games Capital City celebration.
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL Live Halftime Report, brought to you by Domino's Pizza. When it's gotta be good and it's gotta be now, it's gotta be Domino's.
Welcome back. We have got 4 late games on our doubleheader slate, all of which have playoff implications. The key game is in the AFC Central, Cleveland at Pittsburgh. It's a chance to win the division title for the Steelers and claim home field advantage throughout the playoffs. It's been steady improvement for 37-year-old Pittsburgh head coach Bill Cowher. His team made the playoffs both of his first 2 seasons, and now they're talking Super Bowl.
I'll tell you what, man, just like any heavyweight fight, someone's got to throw the first punch. And I'll tell you what, let's not wait around. Let's deliver, not accept. Let's go.
It seems to me that one of your biggest strengths as a coach is you relate so well to the players. Now, does that come from your experience as a former player?
I think the most important thing, I know having played, is that they know that what you're telling them is factual. They know that what you're telling them is being you, and to be consistent with it.
Since training camp, man, this is what it's all about now. Let's unleash it. Nothing to lose. Have some fun, all right? Let's go. Who got you? 60. Did you see him? Evidently not. You all right? Yeah. All right. Welcome to the NFL.
I think that they may not always like what you're saying, but they'll respect you for what you're saying. And I think that's the thing that we've tried to create around here is an open lines of communication that people feel very comfortable coming to me with suggestions, with ideas, and recognize that while they may always not always get a yes answer, they should feel comfortable to express how they feel, because I'm going to tell them exactly how I feel.
Hey! When we call down, you get outside the tight end. If you want to get a 2-point stance, you get where you feel like you can rush the quarterback. You understand? Yeah. Rush the quarterback.
I've seen you on the sideline get right up in a guy's face if he's done something wrong. I've also seen you on the sideline get right up in his face when he's done something right.
I think that's important. You look in our society today, and there's always a tendency to be critical. There's always a tendency to look and very much nitpick at things. And a lot of times when people do something right, we take it for granted. But I think communication works both ways. I think feedback works both ways. I think if you're going to be very critical of someone, you also got to recognize when they're doing it right.
Good job. Good job, baby.
Always emotional as a person, emotional as a coach. Have you always been that way?
Probably so. That's probably how I've been able to get where I'm at, because I was never the most talented football player that's ever stepped on the field, but I always tried to be prepared, tried to outwill a person per se.
We gotta get a killer instinct in us to put teams down and get this game in our pocket early. Let's go.
I love the game. I think you ought to love the game. I mean, we're still playing something we've been playing since we were 10 years old, and I feel like it hasn't really stopped. You put a lot of time into this in this business, and I think the reward comes on Sunday when you're able to go out there and throw all the preparation, you throw everything out, and for 3 hours you go out there and play the game, and it's an emotional game, and it should be played as such.
You know, one of the interesting things that he told me when we were talking, he said that a lot of comparisons have been made to the 1970s teams. He said he doesn't like those comparisons because this team has done nothing yet.
Well, I'll tell you what they've done, what Bill Cowher's done. He's created an attitude with these guys. Smash mouth, in-your-face football. And why that's good, it relates to the fans in Pittsburgh. They love this kind of football. They think this is a throwback to the 70s.
And, Joe, what a great atmosphere around that locker room. The players seem to have rallied around him.
Well, it excites me, and it's interesting to me, Ahmad, to see and study different coaches and their personalities. I mean, you got all kinds of personalities. Chuck Noll, okay, the predecessor to Cowher, built a 4 Super Bowl winner by being a tough, hard-nosed guy. You see him on the sideline with that glare. This guy is very personal. When I watched him in practice last year, he's all over the guys, talking to them, picking them up. And so it's very obvious. Different kinds of personalities. Maniacs, okay? Very intellectual guys.
Oh, me?
Okay?
You know what? This is one of the games that we would like to be there, but I guess we'll have to make do here in this warm studio and watch the game. The Steelers and the Browns coming up at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, and our NFL Live halftime activities will continue.
into the unknown. Tonight, Brain Snatchers.
They have the key to this planet.
Beginning incision 3 millimeters.
Turning humans into Terrians.
Alien life form now present.
An all-new Earth 2. Then, trapped beneath the ocean's floor.
Something's coming.
What is it?
Dragon snakes from the deep.
What are you doing? Fighting fire with fire.
On an all-new Sequest after Earth 2, beginning at 7, 6 Central NBC tonight.
So what's this hole?
385 yards.
And the direction?
Let me see.
If golf were as easy as banking at Fleet,
137.5 degrees.
the game might look something like this.
Fire when ready.
Take Fleet Fast Equity, for example. You can get up to a $25,000 home equity loan in your hands in 10 days.
Nice shot.
Sounds pretty easy, doesn't it?
That's 18 for 18.
Connecticut News exclusive snow alert, keeping you and your family ahead of the storm.
The earliest recollection I ever had was my father when I was like about 5 years old. He was like, hey, Brian, I want to go see Joe Namath.
That's the way we say it in Philly. It's not Eagles, it's Eagles.
I grew up in Chicago. My dad's always yelling, Butkus, Butkus, Butkus. What's a Butkus anyway?
I love Joe Montana. I mean, the guy is a stud.
Where did they get a load of me? We're not too bad ourselves. This is the NFL. Is this great? We got this little hibachi. We put it on the asphalt there. It's snowing. We start playing football on the asphalt. Tackle football, okay? Forget about it. It's unbelievable.
I've been a Steelers fan all my life.
Oh, what a catch!
Still fits pretty good, doesn't it?
Is this great? Oh, see that? Right there.
Come on, make it America, don't I?
Tailgate party.
Is this great? My dad played, my brother played, I played. Even my mama played football. Mom was probably a lineman.
Welcome back to Buffalo. The Bills and the Patriots are tied at 17. Marv Albert with Paul McGuire. And Paul, the rain beginning to fall. The weather forecast calling for rain and snow later in the day. It is now raining here in Buffalo.
What does that do to that Patriot running game, which they don't even have in this game? And that's got to be a huge concern for Bill Parcells.
It's been all Drew Bledsoe in the first half. Bledsoe 16 of 22, 201 yards, only 6 rushes by New England for 18 yards in the first half as you look at the Coors Light halftime statistics.
Yeah, look at it. Here's the guy I was talking about right here. 18 yards rushing the ball. The Bills 121 yards. That's a lot of Thurman Thomas. So, you know, the Patriots, you know, Bill Parcells, he told us way back 2 months ago, we have to establish some kind of running game. We've got to find a running game, and they don't have it. Thompson hasn't even touched the ball.
Frank Reich, 6 of 12, 119 yards, and 1 touchdown in the first half. Jourdain and Copeland are back for the kickoff. Played by Russell Copeland. And he is sit down at the 28-yard line. Thurman Thomas had an outstanding first half, but also took some pretty good shots. For more on that, let's go down to John Dockery.
He took a shot in the head, and he was a little bit woozy. He said it cleared very quickly, but the problem was, I asked him about his knee. He said the knee started to stiffen up. I asked him about playing in the second half. He wasn't so sure whether he would play in the second half. We'll take a look, Marv.
All right, and Thurman Thomas is out on the field. Made his way out for this first series. 9 carries, 70 yards in the first half, plus 1 catch for 22. And Reed on an end around after the fake to Thomas, and he is stopped at the line. Does that play ever work, Paul?
I've never seen it work, not this year. I mean, that's my favorite play to hate. I mean, all it is runs out some time on the clock.
Well, Dwayne Sabb was right there to make the stop. A look at Buffalo's possessions in the first half.
Well, just take a look at, you know, and they didn't really have great field position except for that one time they got a field goal when in their best field position. That was right here. But you take a look at touchdown, field goal, touchdown, and then the Patriots started to play defense.
Second down play. And the screen for Carwell. He fumbles. It's picked up by the Patriots. Picked up by Ricky Reynolds. Ricky Reynolds runs in the Carwell Gardner fumble for a touchdown. He went 24 yards to give the Patriots the lead.
Boy, what a turnaround. Now you come out at halftime. You're trying to establish something offensively, the Buffalo Bills, and this is an all-out screen pass for Carwell Gardner. They fake to the left, they come back to Carwell Gardner. But watch this. The ball is stripped out right there by number 93, Mike Pitts. Number 21, Ricky Reynolds, who we talked to yesterday, was smiling. I'm hoping I'm having a good game. You are having a good game.
And that's the first turnover of the game. So Mike Pitts with the strip. Ricky Reynolds, who has come up with another big play several weeks ago. It was Reynolds picking off Boomer Esiason for a game-turning play as the Patriots beat the Jets in Foxborough. So the Patriots now lead 24-17.
Undancer, unprancer. Ah, ha, ha. Huh? Uh-oh. Nice deer. What was that?
Santa, get with the program. It's Domino's new Buffalo Wings. Now, when you call for your favorite Domino's pizza, you can get a full order of tangy chicken wings for just $3.99. Beats milk and cookies.
Domino's Buffalo Wings. Hey guys, I'm from Radio Shack. Got a question.
He did it.
No, wait. Your folks want to know what you want for the holidays. A new spring wardrobe or a radio-controlled car from Radio Shack.
Whoa!
Guys. Hey, guys! What about the clothes?
They weren't great.
What kids want at Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
To come, you'll be able to say that when Aurora was ready to go, so were you. See what happens when you demand better? Aurora by Oldsmobile.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Oldsmobile and your authorized Aurora retailers. By Radio Shack, you've got questions, we've got answers. By Dean Witter, there are many ways to measure success. Dean Witter measures success one investor at a time. And by Starter, leading apparel and headwear of the NFL.
A look at downtown Buffalo. Marv Albert with Paul McGuire. The New England Patriots with 21 unanswered points. And they lead the Buffalo Bills 24-17 with a minute gone by in this third quarter. Jourdain and Copeland were back, but it's handled by one of the up men, Mark Pike. And he's able to cover up at the 36-yard line.
All right, when you take a look at this play, we're going to stop it. Watch what Mike Pitts does. Right here, stop that. He is here. He's looking back at the quarterback, sees the ball, but he has got Carwell Gardner. And watch the play he makes. Watch Pitts' left hand. He reaches in with his left and knocks the ball out right there. And Ricky Reynolds picks it up. It's touchdown. What a nice play.
And it's been a terrific turnaround for Ricky Reynolds, making it back from knee surgery. Slow to get back into it. Was not in favor for a while with Rod Smith taking over the starting job at left corner. But he's come on in very strong fashion. From the 36-yard line, Frank Reich and the Buffalo Bills start out. Thurman Thomas with a short pickup.
When you said Ricky Reynolds wasn't in favor, the one thing about Bill Parcells that we all know, if you're not in favor with Bill Parcells, you know it.
Yes.
He just lets you know. When he's mad at you, there's no guessing. Absolutely no guessing. He was talking to us about when that look he gave Bledsoe on the fourth interception. His daughters say, that's the look that my dad gives me. And he says, go to your room and shut the door.
And the shame of it is, Paul, as we take a look at Thurman Thomas, who gets across the 40-yard line. Bill has daughters who are, certainly grown up and out of the house. He still gives them that look.
That's not that look there.
It's a 3rd down and 4 at the 42-yard line. 7-point lead for the Patriots, who have come from behind. But keep in mind, this man, Frank Reich, is the master of come-from-behind situations. Ask the Houston Oilers of 2 years ago. Right from the shotgun. And he completes for the first down. A big hit by Barnett, unleashing the ball. Andre Reed took the hit, and it's recovered by the Patriots again.
And Ricky Reynolds gets his second fumble. Let me tell you something. Harlan Barnett, you talk about a hit. We're going to show it to you, boys and girls, in full speed, and you're going to love this. Here it comes. Andre Reed coming across. Watch this hit. Catch, hit, all's out. Ricky Reynolds gets the ball. Now, Andre Reed is coming across the middle, and coming from the right-hand side is Barnett. Watch this. And that is a shoulder hit. There's nothing illegal about that. That is just a great hit. Bam! And the ball's out. Nice play.
And a second fumble recovery by Reynolds within the last 2 minutes. Patriots take over at their 47-yard line. Marion Butts this time tried to get to the outside, but is pushed back. Thomas Smith, the right corner, up to make the hit.
Marion Butts is not running with authority, Marv. I mean, when you take a look at Marion Butts coming to the outside, and Thomas Smith, a defensive back, comes up and stops him in his tracks and then drives him back. There's just no force. Watch this when Butts makes the turn. When he makes the turn upfield, here's Smith. Look at this. Bam, he hits him and then drives him back.
Only a yard on the play for Butts. He's carried 5 times for only 6 yards. Second down and 9 at the 46. And Bledsoe again with the wide open receiver, Vincent Brisby, collecting a first down, and that's good for 13.
The story of this game is what Parcells told us. Can Armstrong, Bruce Armstrong, 78, handle Bruce Smith, 78? You're looking at the fight. Well, that time they could have gotten Armstrong for hands to the face, but he is controlling Bruce Smith at the line of scrimmage. That's good play. That's why he's all-pro, and that's why the other guy's all-pro, because he'll be making some plays.
Yes, a matchup of Pro Bowlers. Bruce Armstrong making it for the 3rd time in his career. First down at the Buffalo 32. Again, Butts. And again, very little.
Yeah, Bruce Smith now goes down inside, and I think he went down inside on Cratch, and then he makes the play. Bruce Smith is to the inside. Here he comes inside. Armstrong goes out. Bruce Smith gets hit, gets away from him. And no, it wasn't Cratch. It was Bruce Armstrong that he beat and makes the play inside for a 1.5-yard gain.
Bruce Smith coming off his best all-around season. Had a banner year last season and another terrific effort this year. And Bledsoe rifles it. Able to combine with Sam Gash. Mark Maddox on the stop for Gash, his first catch of the day, and is short of a first down. Once again, let's check in with John Dockery. John?
Staff, you were talking about those balmy weather conditions here in Buffalo. Well, the weather's getting a lot worse down here. Temperature must have dropped about 10, 12 degrees, like a slight snow shower, and there's a wind blowing left to right into the face of the Patriots, about 10, 12 miles an hour. Back to you.
All right, John, it's a 3rd and about a yard at the 22-yard line. The draw play for Butts. And it appears that he has picked up the first down. Well, the early forecast called for rain and snow later in the day.
Well, it's later in the day.
It is later in the day. Correct, Paul.
Crack AccuWeather we have here in Buffalo. This is the first time they've been right all year.
Temperature in the mid-30s. Paul, you sound bitter.
Well, you know,
taking the easy hits against the local weather people.
Yeah.
Particularly when the game is blacked out in Buffalo. But you will hear.
Yeah, I know. But that's okay. I think this is first down. I don't see why they should have to measure this, but obviously the officials, it'll be by at least half of the ball.
Well, they're making certain on the spot and then are calling for the yardsticks. 9:25 remaining in the 3rd quarter. A touchdown lead for the Patriots. They are up 24-17 coming from behind. And it is a first down. Drew Bledsoe, a man who has certainly distributed the ball amongst receivers and running backs. Brisby with that last catch hitting the 50 mark. Look at that lineup of 50-plus receivers.
And every one of these receivers absolutely love him. They just said, we talked to Leroy Thompson. He said, we have to have the ball in Bledsoe's hands because he'll get it to us.
New England first down at the Buffalo 21. And Bledsoe's pass this time was knocked down. Middle of the line, it might have been the nose tackle, Jeff Wright. It brings up a 2nd and 10 at the 21. Drew Bledsoe, in his second year out of Washington State, has made enormous strides. You look back to his rookie season, you look back to earlier this year. Last week he threw 4 interceptions, did not have a particularly strong game, but the Patriots able to beat Indianapolis. He has been solid right throughout today against the Bills. Back to the run. Thompson is stopped. And they just cannot get anything going on the ground. Smith, Maddox, and Talley all over Thompson.
You know, Drew Bledsoe's, he does slow this game down quite a bit. I mean, you take a look at this guy. His first 13 games, 15 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. And then and when he has said, to us right at the beginning, I said, what is the biggest difference for you this year? He says, the game has slowed down for me. I can now read defenses. I see things. I know where these guys are going to be. I know where the defense is going to be. And I know where I have to get the ball. And that he does.
Well, he is now looking at a 3rd down and 9. With the time. And completes for the first down. Brisby made the catch.
Marv, I'm telling you, this is what we were talking about. What he just did here is Bledsoe. This is what he's learned. Watch the patience of Bledsoe. Just keep your eye on Drew Bledsoe. He's looking around. Bang, bang, bang. And now let me get it back out here. I see Brisby, 82. He's open. First down. But that's patience. That's one thing that this young man has learned. And the other thing he was talking about Parcells, he gets on him quite a bit. He said, he will not take the game away from me. He has the confidence. Even though I threw 4 interceptions, he still lets me call my game.
It's a 1st and goal. At the 9 on a delay, Thompson, the ball carrier, and works his way close to the 6, stopped by the left defensive end, Phil Hansen.
Well, now you mentioned Phil Hansen's name. Now, what did Parcells tell us yesterday? The one thing that worries him, and you mentioned at the beginning of this show, was the fact that I'm not worried about, so much the Bruce Smiths and the Cornelius Bennetts. I'm worried about Phil Hansen, Jeff Wright, the Patton Maddox, these guys coming up and making the plays. We think we can handle their big people. It's their other people that they worry about.
Bledsoe looking end zone, fires, touchdown! What a catch by Brisby! That was a bullet thrown by Bledsoe.
There are guys on the Buffalo Bill defensive team. Marcus Patton's looking back and said, where'd that thing come from and where did it go? I mean, Bledsoe had all the time in the world. Here is the key. Watch the time that Bledsoe has. Brisby, think about this play. Here he comes in. There's holding. But Brisby gets around. Now watch, he sits down in the end zone. And that ball, you're right, it was just flying. Darby, 43, had no chance. No one had a chance.
So the Patriots with a 30-17 lead. Make it 31-17. Drew Bledsoe now 20 for 27, 240 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
When something fresh comes into your life at the exact moment you're ready for it, it's not coincidence. Aurora by Oldsmobile. See what happens when you demand better? Aurora.
I prefer my coffee smooth.
I like it more robust. The Braun Flavor Select has a revolutionary brewing system that lets you vary the taste from mild to robust. Braun, for great tasting coffee, just the way you like it.
The Mega Meal from KFC is back.
That's like Mega Meal.
Enough food to feed your whole family. Or one Tasmanian devil. All for just $14.99. And this week, get a Bugs mug for just $1.99 with every Mega Meal at KFC.
This holiday season, remember, most ordinary credit cards charge interest from the moment you buy something, if you carry a balance as little as $1. So buy your presents with the new Optima True Grace card from American Express and get an interest-free grace period on each new purchase, even when you carry a balance. It's a jolly good thing. And keep recycling those old credit cards. I'm decorating my tree. Apply today. Call 1-800-4-OPTIMA.
On a Sunday afternoon, I can't imagine anything that's better. There ain't a place I like to be instead of moving.
For the New England Patriots, it is now 28 unanswered points. And they lead 31-17. The second fumble recovery of the third quarter by Ricky Reynolds. Another turnover leading to a score.
2 turnovers, 2 touchdowns.
Jourdain and Copeland are back, but this one carries out of bounds.
And that ball will come out to, what, the 40-yard line.
By rule, the ball will be placed on the 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
So that's where Buffalo will start out, and we'll be back right after this.
I love to play in front of big crowds. Starter. Number 22. That's me. I'm never satisfied, but that's just me. When I see someone else make a big play, it only makes me want to go out and make a bigger play. You have to believe that you can achieve. Forget about being tired. You forget about the hurt. And you just want to score that touchdown just to hear them go crazy. That's what I'm talking about. Starter. What do you need to be the best? Everything you got. It's up to you.
During the holidays, you could really work up an appetite. Luckily, there's Wendy's Big Bacon Classic Combo. Our delicious Big Bacon Classic plus Biggie Fries and a 20-ounce drink. It's some meal.
Here goes. I love the holidays.
When you have a cold, a smart way to get medicine is little by little throughout the day. But this is a little extreme for a cold. That's why there's Contact. Its tiny time pills work fast, then keep releasing medicine for 12 hours, like an IV. Contact. Relief that's fast, relief that lasts.
Whoa! What's that?
Pontiac GTO.
Yeah. And that one?
69 Firebird.
You're getting good at this.
Hey, Dad, there's a Grand Am Coupe. I bet it's got a 5-speed and 150 horsepower, like our sedan.
Are you a Pontiac man or what?
Yeah, and I'm gonna drop a Grand Am.
Really? Which one?
A fast one.
That's my boy. Of course, I'll have to talk to your mom about this.
I'll talk to her.
Legendary Joe Montana will next Saturday be his final game. A special Saturday edition of NFL Live next Saturday at 12:30 Eastern on NBC.
All right, we talked about Bledsoe's patience. Watch the patience. Watch the patience. Watch him. Watch him. And then he finds, he'll be in the corner, the end zone, and throws it to him. But Bruce Smith, watch Bruce Smith. Here's what he sees in front of him. Bruce Smith, he jumps. Bledsoe waits. Throws, and then Bruce goes up again. Can't make the play. Bledsoe gets a touchdown. That's nice.
Remember, at one point, Buffalo Bills led 17-3. That was early second quarter. Patriots with the lead now, 31-17. Midway through the third, Reich completing for Reed and has a first down at midfield. Ricky Reynolds on the stop. That's good for 11. Third catch of the day for 65 yards for Andre Reed. Can Frank Reich pull off the comeback? Still much time remaining. And they are in the hurry-up. First down at the New England 48-yard line. There's Thomas, could not find the hole. David Bavaro on the stop. A reminder in terms of playoff implications, if New England wins here today, they can clinch a playoff berth, which would be the first time since back in 1986, with the win and a loss by either Kansas City or the Raiders. Kansas City playing Houston later on, the Raiders at Seattle tonight. Jumping at both ends And the pass for Pete Metzelaars. No flags were thrown, though.
Marv, what's happening here is that the Patriots are throwing a lot of blitzes and different looks at him, which is forcing Frank Reich to get rid of the ball quick. And when he's doing that, the safeties and everybody are right up on the tight end, because once you start blitzing, you must play man-to-man. So that means you have to crowd the receiver.
Going to be a 3rd down and 5. Now the Bills can clinch a playoff berth by winning their final 2 games. There are all kinds of other possibilities involved. They need much help. A loss for either club here today would make it virtually impossible to make it to the playoffs. Right from the shotgun, completes to Reed, and he works his way into 1st down territory. Inside the 35. Hurst on the stop of Reed.
Well, on that last play, they had Terry Ray come off on a blitz. Now here's Reed coming underneath. A little shallow pattern. Just get that quick hitch to him. Once he makes that play, he picks up the 1st down. But the Patriots had a corner blitz with Terry Ray, number 23. Never got to Reich.
Buffalo 1st down at the New England 33. And Reich for the wide open Andre Reed. Fumbled, and it's taken away again by the Patriots. Myron Guyton on the recovery. A 3rd turnover, and here's a lateral.
No.
Ricky Reynolds on the lateral is brought down.
You don't want to do that. Not in this game. Not with a 14-point lead. I can tell you right now, Parcells is not happy. Let me talk to you, Myron. Mr. Guyton, I want to talk to you for a moment about lateral, but Andre Reed was wide open. I mean, he got between the zone. They were playing him short and deep, and he got in the middle. Frank Reich delivered it perfectly, and then the hit and the 2nd fumble for Andre Reed. Here it comes. Look at Maurice Hurst. He's really playing short. He's looking for help deep. He knows that, but the safety never gets there. The ball comes underneath. Here comes Andre Reed, and watch Maurice Hurst strip the ball with his, not strip it, hit it with his helmet. Guyton picks up the ball and runs back with it, and I'm telling you right now, he's going to hear from the defensive coordinator and also from Bill Parcells for that play. Don't you lateral that ball away.
And for the 3rd time this 3rd quarter, the Patriots get it back on a turnover. And Ricky Reynolds, as Leroy Thompson was stopped by Marcus Patton. Ricky Reynolds involved in all 3 plays. Let's check in here with Greg Gumbel.
All right, Marvin, let's take you to the Meadowlands where Stan Humphries hooks up with Tony Martin. This is a 44-yard touchdown pass. The Jets had a 6-0 lead at one point. 8 seconds to play in the 3rd. Now the Chargers lead at 14-6, Marv.
And the Chargers looking to clinch the AFC West Division title. It's a 2nd down and 13 at the 28. And Bledsoe going incomplete. Intended for Timpson. Covered by Washington.
Timpson's looking for a call there. Thought Washington was on him. Andre Reed, 2 fumbles. 1 led to a touchdown. This one stops the Bills on a drive to get back in the ball game, down by 14 points.
Been a very rough day for Andre Reed. Drew Bledsoe, 20 for 28, 240 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3rd down and 13. And Bledsoe completes for another 1st down. Ray Crittenden with a leaping catch across the 45. Tackled by Mickey Washington. That is a pickup of 19 yards.
This one goes to Crittenden, number 81. Look at this pass play. Watch where this is thrown in the middle. There's just no chance for the defender to get there. Perfect play. But you want to see a guy pumping his heart out, Marv. Watch this. Watch Bruce Smith coming all the way around. He's almost there. Tries to get a piece. This guy has done everything they've asked him to do, and he is getting no help.
It has been a spectacular day to this point for Drew Bledsoe. Another 3rd down pickup of a 1st down. And now the Patriots decide to call for time with 2:54 left in the 3rd quarter.
You let Vince drive your new Bonneville just to the game. Guy's a wild man.
He wanted to see how the Bonneville stacked up to his BMW. I got his attention when I told him I had traction control, dual airbags, and even more horsepower than his BMW, and for thousands less. So you think he'll like it? Well, I suppose he does. Where is that guy?
Our 6-inch meatball sub features meatballs and sauce on bread I just baked, all for a low economical price. I won't say how low, but you'll probably find enough in the cushions of your couch.
The 6-inch meatball sub, only $1.69, only at Subway.
Here's a great gift idea for Christmas. The new Black & Decker cordless screwdriver. You may actually get some things done around the house. Now with a detachable VersaPack battery from Black & Decker.
Tomorrow, Doug and Ann Porter will watch their only daughter walk down the aisle. The McDades will embark on a retirement journey to Scotland. And the Sweeneys will pack the last in a series off to college. Tomorrow, the dreams of many will be realized, thanks to a simple broker philosophy.
We must never rest in our commitment to the individual.
For those of us at Dean Witter, like Dave Rieger.
Dave, are you still working?
We measure success one investor at a time.
New Year's Day in prime time, #1 Nebraska faces #3 Miami with the national championship on the line. The FedEx Orange Bowl, New Year's Day on NBC.
Well, coming up next on most of these NBC stations, Game 2 of our doubleheader, a huge matchup between Cleveland and Pittsburgh. They're calling it the Blue Collar Bowl. The Browns and the Steelers. 2:54 remaining in the third quarter. First down play for Butts. It's just unbelievable what the Patriots have been able to do without any running game.
You know, I was going to say before that play, the Patriots have 26 yards rushing. They now have 24. They're going the wrong way here. And look at 258 passing. You want to know why they throw the ball and why they love Drew Bledsoe? Look at that rushing deal. That's why.
Second down and 11 at the 44-yard line. And Bledsoe just pops it out of bounds. Ben Coates, the tight end, in the area, but everyone covered.
There was supposed to be a screen to Ben Coates, and what happened is Marcus Patton, number 53, read it. And as soon as Bledsoe saw that, he threw the ball away. Ben Coates was the guy that was supposed to be in this screen. Watch this guy here. And then, hold it for a second, guys. You see this guy right out in here? That's Marcus Patton. Here it is. He's right there. See, Bledsoe sees it, throws away. You talk about a heads-up play.
Third and long at the 44. Bledsoe got the time, and with the time, he is able to complete to Crittenden for his second catch of the day. Darby on the tackle. You hear the reaction from the crowd as, again, the Patriots pick up a first down.
You know why? I'll tell you why on this play. Crittenden is the guy that's going to make the play, 81. Because all year long, the Buffalo Bills on 3rd and long, and this is why the people are booing, have been giving up the first down play on 3rd and long, 4th and long. They give it up. And this is why they're booing. This is one of the reasons why these people are mad in this town about the Buffalo Bills, because of the 3rd down play of the defense.
And that's certainly the case last week in the loss to the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings able to execute on 3rd down repeatedly. Well, it's Butts finding a hole this time and is able to stiff on his way for the longest running play of the day for the Patriots, but a flag has been thrown.
Now, this is Marion Butts running the ball. First of all, he grabbed Matt Darby, 43's helmet, the first guy that he knocks to the ground. He grabbed him by the face mask. And I think the face mask on Butts? It is on Butts. But this is vintage Butts now running the ball. We didn't see him before. We are seeing him now. Watch this. When Matt Darby, 43, comes up, watch right here. Hold it right there. He grabs him by the face mask and pulls it down. That's where the call is made. Not the one on Washington. He's got Washington by the face mask also. So he could have called it on either one of them. Double face mask. One on Darby. And one right here on Washington. Oh, how about that? Yeah, that's where that expression comes from. In your face?
Yes.
In both your faces.
You've coined a new phrase.
No, I just borrowed an old one that I'll never use again, I promise.
So the 11-yard run is eradicated. And they'll resume with a first down and 8.
You were going to say that was almost his longest run of the year.
Yes.
They'll fool you, Marv. You can't get way ahead of him.
Well, Marion Butts has had some strong seasons with the San Diego Chargers. Set back this year because of preseason knee surgery. You see the timeout being taken with 53 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
Yeah, you've seen it all. Done it all. Pretty much got it all figured out. But have you got what it takes to be a mountain man? All it takes are the 2 cool beers of the Mountain Man. Smooth Busch beer, easy drinking Busch Light. So, be a mountain man. All you gotta do is head for the mountains.
My first fax. What do you make of that?
Was gibt es hier?
With CD-ROM, Message Center, integrated television, and speakerphone, the compact Presario is powerful enough to run a small business.
Hello?
Hi, Adam. It's Mom. Where's Dad?
He's watching TV.
And simple enough to expand a child's horizons.
What are you doing?
Trying to fax.
Oh, really?
You can tell a lot about a man by his shaver. The man who uses a bra and flex control appreciates good looks, has the flexibility to adjust to any situation, and he's not afraid to get close. But the most revealing thing about a man who uses a bra is how easy it is to spot him.
I believe this is yours.
Braun, the world's most recognized shave.
Next Saturday, a special Christmas Eve doubleheader of Saturday NFL action. First, Drew Bledsoe and the Patriots take on the Bears. Then later on Saturday, in what could be Joe Montana's last game, the Chiefs battle the Raiders for one of the final playoff spots, or the Steelers collide with the Chargers, or regional action. Next Saturday on NBC.
53 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Patriots have a first and 8 at the Buffalo 36. Patriots with a 31-17 lead on the Bills. Sam Gash. And that now is the longest run of the day for the Patriots. First down picked up by Gash.
On the last time out, you want to know why Bledsoe called it? Watch Parcells. Is he apologizing here, Marv?
Oh,
he's going to say the phones were out.
He hates to apologize in this situation.
See, Drew, our phones are out, Drew. Please forgive me. Is that what he said? He didn't say it.
I believe words to that effect, yes.
Yeah, I don't think so, but he's explained it. That's why Bledsoe had to take his second timeout, which he didn't want to do, but he couldn't hear the play in his ear.
Right. Communication of the headset went out. 9th play of the drive and a first down at the Buffalo 26. Gash gets the call again, and a beautiful second effort by Sam Gash, stopped by the strong safety Henry Jones. And that will conclude matters in the third. We'll be back after this from your local station.
Of course there's a Santa Claus.
Katharine Hepburn reunites a father and son.
Do you think that I could hear the words, I love you, Dad?
A holiday wish answered one Christmas NBC Monday.
Some people hate to stop for gasoline. We do it for a living. Just going from one Sunoco station to another. Checking to make sure a gallon is a gallon. That the octane you pay for is the octane you get. So next time you have to get gasoline, think of us. We have to stop 1,183 times this year.
Now you too can own your own Sunoco tanker truck. In this convenient take-home size. Only $12.99 with fill-up.
How much is your time worth? At Tweeter, we think it's worth a lot. That's why we've introduced automatic price protection. You see, while other stores make you read the newspapers to find an item you bought advertised at a lower price, Tweeter monitors the newspaper ads for you. And while other stores make you come back in and ask for your refund, Tweeter automatically mails you a refund check if we find an item you bought advertised for less. And that saves you both time and money. So buy your next piece of audio or video equipment at Tweeter, or pay the price.
Tell them it's 150 channels.
That's good.
That's good. Tell them it's only $850 installed.
$850. That's good.
That's good. Tell them they buy it, they own it.
They own it. That's good.
That's good. Then in 2 years, if it's obsolete, they'll buy another.
Buy another. That's good.
That's business. Yes, ma'am. Interested in a satellite dish?
These days, when everyone's promising you the future of television.
$850. Buy it, own it, obsolete in 2 years, buy another. That's good? That's good.
Isn't it nice to know you already have it?
Sports Director Beasley Reese, weeknights on Connecticut News 30.
This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the NFL is prohibited.
Back in Buffalo, the New England Patriots down at 1 point, 17-3, now lead 31-17 as this fourth quarter gets underway. A second down and 3, and the Patriots showing confidence in Sam Gash.
Marv, 3 times in a row Sam Gash has carried the ball. This is the running game that Bill Parcells wants. Watch what Gash does. This was the play before when Sam Gash runs over Darby, Matt Darby. Watch, at the end of the third quarter, we're going to freeze it when he makes the turn right here. Hold it. Right here, watch what happens to Darby. He hits Darby, he runs over Darby, through Darby, and out Darby's back door.
Yes. And he just picked up a first down. Sam Gash coming into today, only 9 carries, 21 yards. Here in the third and start of the fourth quarter, he's carried 3 times for 20 yards. First down at the 13. Now it's Butts to the outside. And Butts, who has certainly picked up his acceleration, was bumped out by the combination of Darby and Jones. Let's check in now with John Dockery. John?
You know, more bad news for the Buffalo Bills. They'll find special teams player Steve Tasker fractured his forearm, so the Bills lose one of their 3 Pro Bowl players. Back to you, Mark.
All right, John. It'll be a first and goal down at the 2-yard line for the Patriots. And it appears that Bledsoe did not like what he saw, and he's taken a timeout. We'll be right back.
For those whose idea of luxury is any place they can take a load off, Chevy introduces our all-new interior with the comfort of available leather, the security of an airbag, and the pleasure of power-adjustable lumbar seats. You could say these guys are sitting pretty. We just wouldn't advise it.
Avis announces Avis Satellite Guidance, now being road tested in California. One more way the employee owners of Avis are making the future safer, faster, and better.
Destination ahead. We're into the future. You found us. Avis did.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Chevrolet Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. By Domino's Pizza. Call now and order new buffalo wings, and we'll deliver them with your pizza. It's gotta be Domino's. By De Beers, a diamond is forever. And by Coca-Cola Classic. Always the real thing, always Coca-Cola.
Well, as you can see, the snow falling here in Buffalo. And the New England Patriots driving for another score. Butts stop.
Fumble, or no.
Looked like the ball was jarred loose. Maddox and Smith involved on the stop. And the Patriots able to cover up on it.
You know, this time they go up, and Sam Gash not only gets a good block, but he also loses his helmet right here. He hits on Maddox. His helmet comes out. He gets whacked in the mouth, and here's Butts trying to get in the end zone, and they kept him out.
13th play of the drive. And here is Butts walking in for the touchdown. Make it 34 unanswered points by the Patriots. And they now lead 37-17.
Marcus Patton went up over the top, and they flipped him. Number 53 is Marcus Patton. He's trying to fill in the hole. Watch what happens to Patton, 53. Look at this. Watch this. Up, over, and he gets a 10, 2 9s, an 8. That was, I mean, that was easy. That was too easy.
Now Matt Barr adds the extra point. 13:28 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Patriots 38, the Bills 17.
You're watching the Coors Light channel.
Welcome to the 39th annual Coors Light Bowl. The Coors Light Bowl has been brought to you by Paul's Pretzels and by Coors Light, the beer that's so good it's scary.
Coors Light, so good it's scary.
Stay tuned for the Coors Light Bowl post-game wrap-up.
The Coors Light channel, always on.
Imagine 36 million people agreeing on something. That's how many people drive a Chevrolet today. Make you wonder if they know something you don't. Like how to get a special lease offer on this all-new Chevy Lumina with dual airbags and air conditioning. It's called Making Your Money Count, and you can do it right now at your Chevrolet dealer. Hey, 36 million people can't be wrong. Making your money count for the holidays. That's genuine Chevrolet.
This is one long game.
They even ran out of food. The fans must be hungry.
I'll tell you about hungry.
When it's gotta be good and it's gotta be now. Pick up the phone, we're gonna knock you out.
Now, when you call for your favorite Domino's pizza, get a full order of tangy chicken wings for just $3.99.
Did you see that?
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Call now and order Domino's new Buffalo Wings, and we'll deliver them with your favorite pizza. When it's got to be good, it's got to be Domino's.
Well, a portion of the crowd making its way to the exit, heading out of here, perhaps symbolic of the plight of the Buffalo Bills. We may be seeing the end of what has been a glorious run for this franchise.
It really has, and I think one other thing, we look at these stands, maybe the people didn't come and do something.
Yes. A 38-17 Patriot lead. Yanel Jourdain on the return. Found the opening and is able to bring across the 30-yard line. Kevin Turner involved on the tackle. So here comes Frank Reich, who certainly will be remembered for the incredible comeback that he pulled off a couple of years ago against the Houston Oilers, but he'll have to pull one out of his bag of tricks to bring the Buffalo Bills back here today against the New England Patriots. This considered one of the great comebacks in the history of the NFL, orchestrated by Wright, trailing 35-3 in the third quarter. He threw 4 touchdown passes to send the game to overtime. And eventually the Bills won it on a field goal by Steve Christie. First sack of the day, Aaron Jones with his 4th of the year.
But that sack, attribute that to Terry Ray, because he blitzes from the outside as a corner, or a safety. He comes running into the outside and forces Frank Reich up into the middle, and that's where the sack came from.
It'll be a second down and 15 back at the 27. And Wright able to connect with Reed, who was looking around for the football.
Yeah, dropped it again, but he was on the ground. Listen to this. The first 3 drives the Bills had in this football game, it was 17-3, if you remember. 205 yards. The last 6 drives, 97 yards. They just went over 100 with that.
3rd down. And 6, Jerry Crafts has now checked in at right guard, replacing John Davis. Jerry Crafts began the season as the starter for House Ballard, who departed on free agency to Seattle. And it's picked off. Maurice Hurst with the interception. So Maurice Hurst has come up with his 7th interception of the season, and it gets worse and worse for the Buffalo Bills.
It certainly does. And Maurice Hurst on that interception. Remember, he had one in the first half that if he intercepted, we've gone for a touchdown. You talk about reading the quarterback size. Watch this. He reads Reich and steps right in front of Andre Reed, and then Don Beebe. You think there's some frustration in Don Beebe? Watch 82. Wham! Down goes Hurst. Beebe gets his shot in. He's not going to catch a pass. I'll tackle somebody.
And, Paul, that is interception number 21 for the New England Patriots. They are tied for the NFL lead in that department with several teams. First down for the Patriots at the 27. Gash on a delay works his way inside the 25. Maddox and Patton combined, make the stop, and it was knocked loose, and Patton came up with the ball. He felt that Gash was stripped. But apparently it was ruled that Gash was down, and then you saw Patton fire the ball to the sideline. It'll be a 2nd down and 7. The ball at the 24-yard line. 3:10 gone by in the 4th quarter. Gash and Butts are the running backs.
All Bledsoe's doing is run the game clock down, or the play clock down, excuse me.
And it's Gash, the ball carrier. Now we're set for an update. Let's check in with Greg Gumbel.
All right, Marv, this reminder that most of you coming up after the game will see the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers, 2 of the best punt returners in football. Eric Metcalf of the Browns, who are looking for a share of the lead in the AFC Central. And there's Rod Woodson and some of his Steeler teammates. Kickoff about a half hour from now. Coming up, the Browns and the Patriots, or one of these games here on NBC. Marv?
All right, Greg, and Pittsburgh can clinch the division title with a win or a tie. Cleveland can win the division by taking its last 2, coupled with a Pittsburgh loss to San Diego next week. 3rd down and 2. And Gash on the slant to the right is stopped by Hansen. We'll have to wait and see where they spot the ball.
You know, what Bledsoe's doing now is he's watching the play clock, which is right directly in front of him. He takes it down to about 2 or 3 seconds, and then they snap the ball. He knows the count. They'll get a measurement here, which stops the clock. But I would imagine on 4th down, with a 21-point lead, 4th and short, if they don't make it here, they would go for it. I don't see any reason to kick the field goal because they have the Bills exactly where they want them anyway. Not to worry. They've got it anyway. 1st down. But Bledsoe's doing a smart thing. He's watching that play clock all the way down and then snaps the ball with 2 or 3 seconds to go.
And Bill Parcells has to be very pleased with the running game that has come to life here in the 2nd half, thanks to the work of Sam Gash. Marion Butts showing some signs. He'd love to keep it on the ground with this big lead. 38-17 Patriots, 10:20 remaining in the 4th quarter. That's the play clock on the left, being run down by Bledsoe, and here's Gash. Short pickup for Gash.
All right, Maurice Hurst, we'll go back to that interception by Maurice Hurst. Remember, in the first half, he almost had one that would have been for a touchdown because there was nobody out there. But take a look at what happens. When you get this kind of a jump on the ball like Hurst does, number 37, you're looking at quarterback all the way. Look at this. He goes right in front of Andre Reed. He's the only one that really has a chance to get the ball. He makes the catch. Beebe makes the tackle right there. But that is just solid defense.
Maurice Hurst with his 7th interception of the season. 2nd down and 5, and Gash trying to get to the outside, but lost his balance. New England Patriots ran 6 times for only 18 yards in the first half. And here in the second half, 24 attempts, 82 yards. So they have certainly picked it up. Paul, do you know New England's last win in Buffalo when you were a mere child. 1987, the last time Patriots won here at Rich Stadium by the score of 13-7. New England's last win against the Bills was a 91, an overtime victory in Foxborough.
28 years old.
Right. Third down and 3. And it's Gash surging to the marker. Again, we'll have to wait for the spot. Well, you look back at this game, and the Buffalo Bills with a host of turnovers, 2 fumbles by Andre Reed. Frank Reich not able to do it. Remember those good-looking numbers that everyone was talking about coming into today's game as a starter, a record of 6-2, and taking over for Jim Kelly in must-win situations, 6-0. But the Buffalo Bills, after jumping in front 17-3, were caught by the Patriots, and it's been a powerful effort by the Patriots since then. Another first down for New England.
You know, the one thing that Marv Levy always talks about is take away, keep away. Well, look, they haven't taken the ball away, and they did not keep it away. They lost 4 times. Now, this is one thing that drives that man absolutely nuts. Besides the fact that they're not taking the ball away, they're not playing very good defense. Bruce Smith was one of the guys that showed up today.
It's a first and goal at the 7. Butts to the outside, and he's kept away. Hit by Smith, and then Darby.
Jim Kelly watching, and this, I can guarantee you, is probably one of the longest days in the last 5 years for Jim Kelly.
Unfortunately for Jim Kelly, his season, like the previous 4, ending for him losing to an NFC team. In this case, though, it was in game 14 of the regular season when he went down with the knee injury. Second and goal. Down at the 7. Gash trying to get to the inside and picked up a couple. Sam Gash in his 3rd year out of Penn State. Last year shared playing time with Kevin Turner at fullback. Turner opened the season as the starter, and then Bill Parcells went to Gash, but they have been alternating. Kevin Turner, an excellent pass receiver, but Sam Gash running the ball well here in the second half.
I'll tell you one thing, Bledsoe does get some mileage out of his backs throwing the ball to him, doesn't he?
Third and goal at the 4. Patriots just running the clock down with the running game. Gash stopped at the line.
This is a situation when, you know, now down there you can let the clock run all the way down and still kick the field goal. I would just say, you know, yeah, kick the field goal now, but in the middle of the field, it's not necessary to do that. But just put another 3 up there, secure everything.
Reminder coming up next on most of these NBC stations, game 2 of our doubleheader, and most of you will see the Browns and the Steelers. This is a 21-yard attempt from Matt Baugh, who earlier hit from 33. So the Patriots add to the lead. We'll be right back.
The Geo Prism has a beautiful interior and comes with standard dual airbags, crush zones, reinforced door pillars, and a rugged steel safety cage, which helps explain why the interior still looks this beautiful, even when it's in this car. Call 1-800-GET-TO-KNOW and get to know the new Geo Prism.
Still going. Long-lasting Energizer batteries keep going. And
if anyone offers your business big savings over AT&T, call 1-800-COMPARE. The number the other long-distance companies don't want your business to know? Only AT&T guarantees competitive prices. AT&T, for the life of your business.
Prices are low at Subway, but I'd rather focus on sandwiches. People call them hoagies or heroes or submarines because they're shaped like submarines, but we call them Subway sandwiches. Our 6-inch meatball sub features meatballs and sauce on bread I just baked, all for a low economical price. I won't say how low, but you'll probably find enough in the cushions of your couch.
For nearly 30 years, Subway has made some of the best sandwiches anywhere, like the 6-inch meatball sub, only $1.69 at Subway, the place where fresh is the taste.
January 2nd, the Heisman winner Rasham Salam leads number 4 Colorado against Notre Dame in the IBM OS2 Fiesta Bowl. January 2nd on NBC.
38 consecutive points by the Patriots for the 41-17 lead, and that a major part of the story.
Yeah, when you take a look at turnovers in a football game, that to me, when your defense, we looked at the beginning of this game and thought New England wasn't even going to slow down the Buffalo Bills. Thurman Thomas running all over the place, Frank Reich throwing wherever he wanted to throw, and then the defense took charge of this football game.
Jourdain and Copeland are back, handled by Jourdain. And he brings across the 25-yard line. Wiggum on the tackle, and we are down to 6:15 remaining in this fourth quarter, although a loss by Buffalo does not officially eliminate them. It will be very, very difficult for this club to make the playoffs. They are virtually eliminated by a defeat here. So we are, in effect, Paul, seeing the end of just a tremendous run by a club that went to 4 consecutive AFC championships, 5 division titles, 5 trips to the conference championship in 7 years. And it's whistle dead. The best record in the AFC since 1988. However, 0-4 in the big one, in the Super Bowl.
But honestly, Marv, that everybody in this country, except in Buffalo territory, or Buffalo fans, would like to see somebody else in the Super Bowl. They really would. I mean, and it's not the fact 0-4 in the Super Bowl. They would like to see somebody new. And it's going to happen this year, obviously. But it's going to be the team, I think, that gets in the Super Bowl, the team with the best defense, not necessarily the best offense.
It's set back to a 1st and 15. Right in trouble and hold down. Second sack of the day for the Patriots. Mike Jones comes up with his 6th of the season.
Mike Jones, they run a little stunt in here, but Reich is looking downfield. Excellent coverage by the defense. I'd like to see him get more secondary sacks. Here's the loop. He goes around Agnew. He gets upfield. Ken Hall can't get out to get him. Sack number 2, Reich down. They had the ball about the 8-yard line.
Into her 2nd and 26. And Reich's pass was tipped. Intended for Jourdain. And Chris Slade got a piece of it. Paul, here's the official number. Crowd in stadium, 56,784. So this will go down as the smallest crowd in Buffalo since back in 1987 in a non-strike regular season game.
That was Drew Bledsoe saying, "Thank you, Bruce Armstrong, for keeping Bruce Smith off of my neck all day long."
Right, able to get it away, and Metzelage just managed to get out of the end zone on that swing pass. Slade on the tackle.
We were talking about, we just saw Drew Bledsoe with Bruce Armstrong, and with that's your backside. And your best tackle is usually your left tackle, because the best defensive ends in the league are the right defensive ends usually. And he said, "What do you think about it?" He said, I got to know where Bruce Smith is, but I can't worry about him. And today, the battle was won by Bruce Armstrong. Even though Bruce Smith had a great day, he was hustling all the time. He just didn't get any help.
Moore kicking out of his end zone. And it's handled by Troy Brown. So the Patriots will take over with just under 5 minutes to go on the fourth. 36-yard punt, 3-yard return.
We're into the future. We're into it now.
Our plane leaves at 5:30.
And it's 5:10, not to worry.
Not worry?
Avis has new return valet service. They'll take us right to the terminal.
Avis announces Return Valet. One more way our 14,000 employee owners are thinking ahead to make Avis safer, faster, and better.
I'll be there in 5 minutes.
I'm not worried.
There's no place on earth that I'd rather be than out in the open where it's all plain to see that the land is pure, untamed and free. There's no place that I'd rather be. So come on down and head for the mountains of Bush Beer. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bush Beer. My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light.
These are the men and women who make Chevy trucks.
I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock.
Considering the quality of our people, it's no wonder they build the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Oh, like a rock.
I'm Greg Gumbel in New York with this reminder. Coming up next, doubleheader day here on NBC, and most of you will see the Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's Vinny Testaverde looking to lead the Browns to their 11th win of the season, while on the other side of the field, Neil O'Donnell gets ready as the Steelers go for a 12-3 record. Coming up after this game, let's go back to Marvin Paul.
All right, Greg, and of interest to viewers in Boston with the New England Patriots on their way to a victory over the Buffalo Bills, it means the Patriots still alive in terms of the division as Sam Gash gets the call. So in Boston, you will see Miami play the Colts at Indianapolis. It's a last-second decision, which is most unusual, but the affiliate in Boston with the choice of Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Miami, Indianapolis. And that Miami-Indianapolis now has more significance. That will be the game seen in Boston. Drew Bledsoe, 22 of 31, 276 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's through off a spectacular day, and Scott Zolak has taken over. Scott Zolak, in his 4th year out of Maryland, has thrown the ball only 8 times this season. That's Gash again. Zolak 5 for 8. 28 yards. He has played in only 7 games in his 5 years in the league. Started 4 games back in 1992. Last year played only 3 games, threw only 2 passes. He was a 4th-round draft pick in 1991.
You know, I was just sitting here thinking about Drew Bledsoe deal. With Bledsoe in his arm and the receivers he has, the way these guys, they don't need a running game. They really don't. I mean, let's be honest. They don't just need you, young man.
As you know,
need a running game.
It is most unusual that he is able to pull off what he has without much of a running game. Although in the second half, the Patriots have run the ball effectively. Sam Gash stopped. Patriots overall 33 carries for 100 yards. First half, though, only 6 rushes for 18 yards.
And the Bills are giving some of the backup players a chance to play. Bruce Smith and company, they're on the sidelines. Bruce deserves a rest, believe me. I mean, he keeps saying this, but he's one of the few guys on defense that showed up.
We come up on 3 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. And it's a 4th down and 4 at the 33. Gash getting close to the marker, met by Cornelius Bennett, who's had a very quiet afternoon.
That's his 2nd tackle, I believe. He made 1 in the last series of downs. It's the 2nd tackle. And here is a guy that's playing out his option year, and he's available, and he's playing for a new contract next year, and they say they want to keep Cornelius Bennett. But there are those who say, wait a minute, why don't we use that money and go get us some younger players?
Paul, do you see a change of philosophy by the Buffalo Bills? This is a team that lost 4 Pro Bowl players to free agency. I know Bills owner Ralph Wilson has been quoted as saying that next spring the Bills will be fast and decisive in the free agent market.
I guarantee you they are going out and get some people. So I would be surprised. Now the ball turns over to the Buffalo Bills, but I would be surprised really surprised to see them sign Cornelius Bennett and or Frank Reich to a long-term contract, because they have to go out and get some players. They know they were beat up in the offensive line. They know their secondary has had some problems. Their inside linebackers have had some problems. So they have to go out and fill an awful lot of gaps in this football team. And I guarantee you that they've got a lot of money in Bruce Smith and Thurman Thomas and Jim Kelly and Andre Reed. And then you distribute that little bit of money outside. So in order to keep a guy like Cornelius Bennett, who is having a great year, not a good day today, but a great year, according to Walt Cordy, defensive coordinator, they're going to need that money.
All right, the Bills taking over on downs, and Jourdain on the reception, covered by Reynolds. 2:38 remaining in this fourth quarter. Once again, let's check in with Greg Gumbel.
All right, Marv, at the Meadowlands, the Chargers have things just about locked up. A win today means the AFC West Championship. Stan Humphries having a terrific afternoon. Second time he's hooked up with Tony Martin for a touchdown. This one worth 60 yards. Just over 3 minutes to play in the game. The Chargers 21-6 leaders over the Jets. Marv.
Thank you, Greg. On a 2nd down and 7, Wright able to complete to Beebe. Beebe going down to his knees to make the catch, his 2nd of the day, and a first down for Buffalo.
Obviously, that thing on Beebe's helmet, we have not mentioned it, it's a cover. Mark Kelso started that here at Buffalo with concussions. Beebe had a couple of them, and that is protection. They've got to design a helmet that's going to take the blow, Mark. These helmets just don't.
There's Beebe missing 3 games because of the concussion. Jourdain stopped by Brown. Vincent Brown has had a tremendous day at inside linebacker. 2 minutes remaining, fourth quarter.
Use a workmate on your next job. And you'll never want to work without it. Get the workmate, only from Black & Decker.
Our 6-inch meatball sub features meatballs and sauce on bread I just baked, all for a low economical price. I won't say how low, but you'll probably find enough in the cushions of your couch.
The 6-inch meatball sub, only $1.69, only at Subway.
The NFL salutes the accomplishments of each and every student who participated in high school football this past season, and the coaches, friends, and families who supported their efforts. Because whether or not they ever step on another football field, the lessons they learned will last a lifetime. Football, it's more than a game.
This week on The Tonight Show, Paul Reiser, Garth Brooks, Juliette Lewis, Melissa Etheridge, Susan Sarandon, Jim Carrey, Mel Torme, and great gifts for grandparents.
How about Miracle Ear? You seen this ad? Now they have this ad for Miracle Ear's invisible hearing aid. It's an invisible hearing aid. Convince people who can't hear to buy something they can't see. Oh, that's a great ad.
All this week.
Drew Bledsoe has that gleam, Paul, and looked to be hanging around the ice bucket. Do you think that that's one out of the pages of the Giants where they might douse Bill Parcells?
I think and the other players, what they're saying is you do it, Drew, because he won't can you.
Yeah. Beebe, the intended receiver. Oh, there it is. All right, Bill Parcells taking it. And wisely, the players went for the back, not over the head.
And go to Drew.
Yeah.
Let's go. Drew, you do it.
You know, Bill is very superstitious, and you may recall all those Gatorade-type dousings that he took as Giant head coach. He didn't mind it because the Giants continued to win.
Before the ball was snapped, false start, number 70, 5 yards, still third down.
I tell you, you don't think he cares? He does. That's John Fina, who was in motion on the offensive line. But Parcells, you kidding? I love it. I'm winning. Well, see, sometimes they'll do it to a guy when they're losing. You know, like Marv Levy, go behind him and hit him with a bucket of water.
That'll go over well, Paul.
You end up in Tucumcari, New Mexico.
The Patriots, as you see, on their way to their 6th straight win and a record of 9-6. Jourdain, and he stopped at the 48 by Ricky Reynolds. The employee owners of Avis would like to salute the game's MVP, Drew Bledsoe, as the winner of today's We Try Harder Award. 22 of 31, 276 yards, 3 touchdowns for the second-year quarterback out of Washington State. Avis, the official rental company of the NFL. And Wright coming underneath for Copeland. Well, picked up the first down. Holland Barnett, the strong safety, made the stop. And we're down to 1:07 to go in this fourth quarter. Drew Bledsoe making the move on Warren Moon. So next week when the Patriots play the Bears, Bledsoe will pass by Moon, setting an NFL record for most pass attempts in a season. That's Jourdain once again. Stopped back behind the line by Slade.
And we'll be there to see it.
That'll be next Saturday. The Patriots finishing up at Chicago. Next Saturday, the Bills will end the season at Indianapolis. And the New England Patriots, with the win here today, can clinch a playoff berth by the end of the day. They need either a loss by Kansas City against Houston or a loss by the Raiders at Seattle tonight. Again, Jourdain seeing a lot of action here in the final moments. Clock is stopped with 14 seconds remaining, and the Patriots, as we mentioned, also alive in terms of the division. Miami playing at Indianapolis for the Buffalo Bills. It appears to be the end of the road following the 4 straight Super Bowls.
You know, another thing about this team, talk to Parcells, they will not change their practice habits, folks. They'll go back and they'll do everything that they've been doing since September. And Parcells does not believe in changing anything. They'll work harder, if anything.
And Wright going deep, and it is intercepted. Another Patriot interception. Larry Wiggum comes up with the pick. So Reich picked off for the second time today. Turnovers killing the Buffalo Bills. 38 unanswered points by the Patriots, and they take over with 2 seconds remaining.
It's another one of those deals where, with the score 41-17, 2 seconds to go, they're just going to send the ball, end the game, get off the field.
Larry Wiggum, a rookie from Northeast Louisiana, coming up with the interception, and that will wrap it. The New England Patriots make it 6 straight wins, a record of 9-6. Their first victory in Buffalo since 1987. Their last win against the Buffalo Bills was 1991, while the Bills go under the 500 mark with a record of 7-8. And the up and down season continues for the Buffalo Bills, who now have dropped 3 of their last 4. Again, the final, the Patriots 41, the Bills 17. We'll be back in Buffalo in a moment.
Down, explained it to him, simple, uncomplicated.
I didn't know what he was talking about when he was nervous and sweating.
If you need help talking to your kids about drugs, call for this free book.
Next Saturday, a special Christmas Eve doubleheader of Saturday NFL action. First, Bledsoe and the Patriots take on the Bears. Then Montana and the Chiefs battle the Raiders, or the Steelers face the Chargers, or regional action. Next Saturday on NBC.
It's up to you. All you have to do is brush your teeth. No brush, no story.
With fax, voicemail, speakerphone, and an integrated CD-ROM system,
Daddy, let's do this book tonight.
the compact Presario will let you do things that may have seemed impossible before.
She brushed?
Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. Just help me this once, and I'll never ask for anything again. Ever. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Next time, get a dependable Interstate battery. We check them before you buy them for fresh power. Guaranteed.
The New England Patriots, sparked by a magnificent day by Drew Bledsoe, defeat the Buffalo Bills 41-17. Patriots have won 6 in a row, and they go to a record of 9-6. Stay tuned for the second half of our doubleheader here on NBC. Marv Albert with Paul McGuire saying so long for Buffalo. The second half of the doubleheader coming up after these words from your local station.